All right, we're live. What's up, Packology, Shinobi, Lord Pop-Tart, Alex, Go-Go Gaga. Go-Go Gaga? Go-Go Gaga's here. Yay! All right, let's get started. We're running late. Oops. Too many conversations, man. I was talking to like 4 people. All right. Yeah, dang, dude. Let's see. We are getting started right away. Let's build up that menu. Let's see. We're going to jump over here. Any more level 10s? That's all packed up. It's going out this morning. I double boxed it, and it's got a signature, okay? Turn this down a little bit. Technically, I do have some more. Let me think. So I got 2 of the Charizard level X's. I've got 1 Garchomp level X. And I think I've got 1 Gengar level X. And that would be it. That'd be all of them. Although, those are all pretty good. I don't know if I want to sell those. I technically have 2 of the Charizards. So in theory, I could sell 1 of the Charizards. And it wouldn't change my collection too much. That's usually why I buy 2 of them, is so that one day I could sell them. But man, vintage cards are really going crazy right now. Let me get this title. What should the title be? Hot Breaks, New Siggy, New Zard Siggy. Hot Breaks, New Zard Siggy. What's really going on this channel? Pricing up, more slabs. Live card shop. Alright. Really, you should say repos. How much for them? Are they 10s? They're all 10s. They're all 10s. They're all very good. They're the kind of ones that you want. Alright, let's see. Monday night stream. Here's the problem. I don't know if I want to sell them all. I think I just have 1 of the Gengars, in fact. Let me turn this up. I think I just have 1 of the Gengars. Let's see, what do I actually own for the Gengars? Well, these are poker cards, so it's not even this box. Alright, where's the Gengar box? Level X. Oh. And then where'd my Charizard box go? Is this the Charizard box? This might be it. Oops. Let's see. I got a great collection, and I don't know. It just seems like they've done pretty good over time. I could always shift that money to something else. Right now, I want to buy a new home, but I actually kind of have enough money to buy a home because I'm going to be selling 2 homes, and when those are sold, that with the cash I already have is pretty much already enough money. But take a look at that. So I own a couple of these too. You want to see something crazy? I'm going to show you something crazy. Let me plug this phone in. All right, we're plugged in. Pop 46 on this Gengar. I got him for 1.4. Isn't that crazy? 1.4. It must have bought him a long time ago because look, that says 122 on it. Garchomp. So I kind of remember this. I got the Garchomp and the Charizard together in some kind of deal. Nah, I don't remember what the deal was. Might have been these 2. This says 10K on it. Oh, there's my wife's handwriting. She's just saying that's the latest buy it now price. So this one's missing a price and this one's missing a price. I bought these 2 together then. And there was some kind of deal that the person gave me for buying them together. It was some ridiculously good deal. The Garchomp and the Charizard level X. But these are it, aren't they? These are like, man, those are pretty top right there. Garchomp and Charizard. The Gengar hasn't done well either. But these are very nice, and I don't know. I could sell 1 of the Charizards and just have these 3. But we just saw this Charizard sell for 40K. And so I don't know how to think of the Pokemon card market. It's certainly not shrinking, I don't think. It'd be a pity to sell it right when it's heading upward. You know what I mean? But then again, maybe that's the time you sell. I really don't know. I don't like to time the market at all. I just like to hold. So I don't like to sell too much. If I sell a good card, my rule is I have to roll that money over into another new card that's really good. But I don't have anything lined up because I haven't been poke shopping, and I don't know. You can keep in contact with me about these. You know I got them, okay? So you can keep in contact with me about these. Might be better also for me to sell these once I've moved over to Nevada or wherever we go, Las Vegas, because if I sell it over there, it's no longer counting as income. right? So I don't have to pay income tax. So let's say we try to sell one of these. Let's say just in theory it sells for like 10K, right? Well, where do I want to sell it? Here and pay 5% tax, or there and pay 0% tax? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Those are some cool cards. What are you asking for them? Nothing right now, because I wasn't intending to sell them. But I don't know. Maybe someday I'm selling them. And also, I'm always looking out for somebody who wants to buy them because they're motivated. Look at this shining me. We got to turn that into a break someday. I put him in the thumbnail because he was so cool. Look at this dark vile plume. Perfect for a 9 collector. So this is, if you're a person who collects 9s, this is perfect. You got Oddish Gloom and Dark Vile Plume all together. Only 192, which really shows you guys that the PSA 9s are way undervalued. Wow, wow, wow. Such a nice slabs. You can always check the bar, red bar, see if it's lied. I'd probably be more interested in the Garchomp and the Gengar. Yeah, those are, I'm a big Gengar fan myself. I think I'd say I like Gengar more than Charizard. There's just a lot more impressive Charizard cards to go after. Actually, I wish I could get the legendary Gengar, but there's just no chance. Gengar level X. Let's see what that looks like these days. So an English level, I don't think there's any. There's none. So it appears that there's none for sale. Maybe I typed it wrong. Level .X. Let's see if that helps. Nope. I can't see any of these for sale. Let me check sold. Ah, there it is. On June 1st, he sold for $9,100. You know what's funny? The guy who sold this, let's see. Oh yeah. Z&G Emporium. He's got a different, he changed his thing, I guess. So Z&G sold that card. You know what's so funny about that? He sold me this one. I got this card from Z&G Emporium Auctions a long time ago when he was just first starting out. And that was how I acquired that one. I don't do auctions very often, but it was hard to find that particular Gengar. And then I ran into him in an auction. I said, all right, I'll bid on that. And at the time when I bought him for kind of a high price. Here's another fun card. Look at this. Snorlax, Pop 75. I had a person inquiring about this Snorlax, and he wanted to see a picture of it. So I wanted to show it off because that's what you do with your Pokemon. But yeah, there it is. Snorlax, bought him a long time ago in 2019 for $2,700. Who knows his value now? Who knows? Truly rare. A small club of people get to own this card. Kind of like the Gold Star Charizard. It says here his pop is 94. This guy's 75. These are some iconic cards. Here's this one. He made it into the short. I just posted a short. EX Deoxys. I bought it for $650 from one of you guys. It was a guy who sold it to me because he didn't want it anymore. He was kind of low on cash. And the funny part was, I didn't want it either. I'm not a huge Rayquaza collector, and I'm just, I didn't want to pony up $650 at the time. So I was kind of begrudgingly telling him, I was like, I'll buy it from you. And then I bought it, and then I had him for $650. And at the time, that was a lot of money for this card. Now he's recently sold for $6,000. Recently sold $6,000. From $650 to $6,000. That's what Pokemon cards have done. Pretty insane. By the way, notice that very special Deoxys collection. We have some Deoxys cards for sale. I'm giving up a couple extra cards because planning to move. That's it. I don't know how much longer I can look at these clickbait PokeRap titles. What? All right. You're going to have to click on them. So we have a big order from John Lucas. 4 boxes of Sneaker Bunko. Okay, so I brought in some extra boxes of Sneaker Bunko just for this. He's ordered 4 boxes of it. Expedition Tyranitar sold for like 4K this week. That is so nice, dude. So I have like 2 or 3 of those as well. I think I have 3. I don't know how many of those I have. By the way, look at this. Vaporeon for Christopher Houghton. So Cardconomist grading is back, everybody. And you can send in to have your card graded. By the way, you can request that the card just receives an A for authentic. You can ask for other things like, if it doesn't get a 10, I'd like an A. Stuff like that. Mr. NHCC seems to like that. Of course, apparently, I was supposed to put a QR code on his, so I got to go back and fix that. Oops. I thought I did such a good job with it, too. It makes me sad. Here we are. Expedition Tyranitar selling for 4K. That's a great. John Lucas, first order of the night. He's got a big order. He wants these 4 boxes of Weiss Schwartz Sneaker Bunko 2. And then he wants 2 packs of the International Tops, which means I'm sold out of those. So let me jump over here. Pokemon Vintage Tops International. Let me hit save on this. All right. Grabbing that. Ta-da. That's it. Gym break there. A rare, not sort of rare. Yeah, I mean, for what he is, a holo. A decently rare Gengar from 2020. Notice that he's from 2020, actually. That's 5 years old. It's kind of hard to believe so much time has passed by. All right. I like to speed my music up. I don't know why. Okay, let's go ahead and start sneeping. Thank you, Mr. John. Really appreciate it, man. Hope you pull some big signatures out of here and some sexy box toppers. Is that Chilling Reign Gengar? No. That's actually base set Sword and Shield. Base set Sword and Shield, that's old, man. Real old. Those boxes do not pay well when you open them. So that's probably why you won't see a lot of these get graded ever, because people don't want to open a set that doesn't have big hits in it. All right. Gengar, Luigi, Charizard. Mister, I don't know how much longer I can look at these. Clickbait. 1800 wouldn't take the Garchomp. Last sold in March. I really like the Garchomp. I really like the Charizard, and I really like the Gengar. So I would say those were just in my personal collection. I wanted to show them off, but I kind of just want to hold them. And that's not a bad offer. I mean, that's pretty fair offer, I'd say, because that's 50% over last sold. And so I think that for you, you're thinking about them going, you know, maybe this feels a little high, but if I can acquire it right now, that's probably better than waiting 2 or 3 years and acquiring it. But I kind of do just want to hold those. That's why those were sitting in those private boxes. And we are selling some extra cards, some extra sets just to move, but I'm holding most of it. I actually don't need to sell a lot. All I need to do is liquidate my homes. I got 2 houses out here we're going to liquidate. And when those are done, we've already got some cash saved up for a down payment, and those should put us over nicely. I mean, we're going to be comfortable on the move. But with those got to sell, and those won't sell for like probably months from now. We're going to let the blue house, the lake house, we're going to let that rent through August at least. Probably, what is this? We're going to let that rent through August. Is this small too? What sleeve was this? Oh, this was one of those Japanese sleeves. We're going to rent that through August to collect rent on it, and then we are going to probably offer it on the market. Here we are. Very nice. Okay. Here's a holo. We just moved our boat over to this house, the boat from the other house, which was kind of, it's like a junkyard boat now. It's kind of falling apart a bit. So we're going to get that all fixed up, cleaned up, and ready to sell as well. And, yep, we're getting rid of it all. We're getting ready to move. We don't know where to move, guys. What do you think? Florida, Texas, or Nevada? They're all no taxes states. Think about it. I'm going to take my gigantic Pokemon card collection, my gigantic inventory, and I'm going to cross state lines, and I'm suddenly going to have all these cards in a no-tax state. Doesn't that make sense? That makes tons of sense. We are. Of course, moving it's going to be a little scary, but it is. Why do you not stock Temporal Forces, mister? I should do that, shouldn't I? Yeah, I don't have Temporal Forces on the menu. I don't know. Yes. What exactly is in Temporal Forces to get excited for again? Probably an AR, right? I'm sure it's not an actual SIR. We are. All right, that's box number 1. Gengar full art. There's a Gengar in. Oh, he's super ugly, dude. That Gengar is never going to be worth a lot. That's one of the ugliest Gengars I've ever seen. Sleeper set. Maybe. If it's got good ARs. I think it has 1 or 2 good ARs, doesn't it? This. Ooh. $650 deal. What? Who made a deal? All right. Very nice. Oh, where did I put those other boxes? Oh, here they are. All right. Don't be rude to Gengar. Now, this Gengar looks good. He's got the Gengar look. He's got the Gengar style. But whatever they did to that Gengar in the Temporal Forces, they made him look like a goofy goober, dude. Look at this nice Sabrina Psyduck. I like that a lot. Okay. There's a little PSA 9 Eevee rocket. Nice. Okay, here goes the box topper. Nah, just a normal one. What about that Dark Charizard? You guys like that signature Dark Charizard? That was the whole reason I bought that encapsulation setup, was to be able to encapsulate my own signature cards. How nice is that? There we are. I drew a little magnemite. That's a little magnemite on the corner. Just peeking over the corner. Better not loose me cards. I'm not going to loose them. Oh, when we move. There we are. There we go. Nevada looks really good. I'm not going to lie. It looks hot and dusty and dry, but it looks really nice. They're building a lot of cool stuff over there. Orlando's got all the Disney, and it's got, you know, amusement park after amusement park after amusement park. But it also has this sort of like feeling, this touristy feeling I noticed. A feeling that I'm familiar with from Branson, Missouri. Here it is. All right. There it goes. You should give it an incentive to ship out like lower shipping price if you want less things when moving. Oh no, that's not a problem. You guys can just keep your stuff here and be part of the move if you wish. Here it is. If you're worried about your cards getting lost or damaged during the move, you're welcome to move out at that point. Did I say move out? You're welcome to ship out at that point. Here it is. Here's this. It's not going to be for like 6 or 7 months probably, guys. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. We're not going to move tomorrow. Here it is. I saw this guy eat 2 $160 lobster rolls in Orlando. Damn. Why would you? That's too much. There are. I like the feeling of Las Vegas when I do the research over and 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 over again. Here we are. Here it is. You have eyes on Orlando. We've looked at Florida a couple times, a couple different ways. They got some hurricane-proof style homes. Those are interesting. You got Orlando. It's kind of more inland, an hour away from the ocean. So when they get hit by a hurricane, it's not so strong. You could go to North Florida and live in a northern city where it's not so much about the beach. It's just about being inside of Florida. So you can do something like that. So there's some areas. Florida has a lower sales tax. It also has lower property tax than Texas. So not a bad choice. There you are. All right. Ooh. That's box number 2. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Box number 3. Looking for those Siggies. Siggies and hot box toppers. 160 each. There you go. Oh, blue-haired girl. Hi, I'm the blue-haired girl. Wow. There we go. What is this music, dude? Box number 3. You guys watching? All right. Hit that like button for John Lucas. I bet if there's a lot of likes, he gets the hottest pulls. Oh, snippy snip. Sneep. And too sneep or not too sneep? That is the question. All right. Speaking of shipping, Mister, can I send, and we go over weighing, what'll fit, coins, dog tags, etc. We could have you send in, think about it. I think if you sent in $90, what I would do is I would choose the $100 shipping option, and then we could just try to ship 100% of your stuff in one go. We could try to do that. See if Alexis can fit it all into a large priority mailbox. Here it is. All right. You know what I would do? Maybe I'd leave the coins behind, though. It is. I don't know. I'm always nervous about customs grabbing our stuff these days. They are. There we go. I just checked it. $175 now, the biggest lobster roll in Florida. All right. I want a place where I can work out more easily, and there's like more places to go walking, burn some calories. You know what I'm saying? There it is. And I don't want to have the tornadoes, but also pay taxes. It just doesn't make sense. I want tax-free. I'll live with the tornadoes if it's tax-free, but it's not tax-free. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. What a poor choice. My parents chose this place. I didn't choose this place. Terrible. All right. You ever think about that? Your parent chose where you're going to be, and now that's just where you are. That's decided a lot of the success in your life. Just your parents. Ooh. Ooh. Are you still doing your walks? Yeah, we went on a nice walk today. Where did we walk? We walked in Hahatonka, and we went walking, down by the spring trail. There's a spring trail with crystal clear water that sprouts out of a big rock. And it's very lovely. It's shaded. Karis wasn't feeling well, so we didn't go for too long, but we went on a nice walk today. It was pretty easy. I broke a good sweat. It's so gross. You have to walk past these public bathrooms that they have at the trail, and they stink to high heavens, dude. They got to have some system for that or something. I don't know. They got to carry that stink away, dude. It ruins the area. Don't you hate that? They got to move that bathroom or something. Move it, get like some sort of air filtration thing, or have some tubes carry the stink away to somewhere else, because that is just a pity, dude. All right, we got one more box for you. You ready? You walk past that, get a whiff. We are. Is the wife okay with leaving them behind? Leaving what behind? Okay. All right. The women's bathroom especially. Now, it's a men's and women's bathroom. We are. Yeah, what's up with you stinky women, man? You guys got some stinky farts. All right, here goes. Oh, leaving her parents behind. She had a tough relationship with them growing up, and she is okay with leaving them behind. When we were younger and in college, she wanted to move to Washington State to be as far away from them as possible. And then over time, she kind of cooled down on that feeling. And now we're getting older, and we have this feeling like this is sort of our last chance to get out of Missouri before we're too old, and it gets real hard to move. So she has a feeling, just like I do, of wanting to sort of reach for more. I met her in college because she's a bit ambitious like I am. That might be why she likes me. I'm a bit of an ambitious type. She is too. And, she and I have talked about that, and the plan is going to be we're going to get settled over there, and if her parents want, we'll relocate them to Las Vegas. So we'll buy them a home, and then we'll sell the other home, which we actually own the home they're living in anyways. So we own that home, and so we'll liquidate that and roll it over into a house in Las Vegas. But we got to be there for a little while and make sure we like it, and then we'll just fly them out. So they'll be flown out to visit us. It'll be pretty uncomplicated. Okay, you ready? St. Louis fried ravioli is the best part of Missouri. Ugh, gross, dude. No way. Fried ravioli is so gross. I didn't really appreciate that was a St. Louis invention, but all it is crunchy, crusty ravioli. And it's like eating crouton ravioli. That's what it is. It's crouton ravioli. Although I will say something Missouri does pretty well when it comes to food. Those Emo's pizzas, man, those are ridiculously good. With the weird Provel cheese. It's like half Velveeta or something. It's like a mix of provolone and Velveeta. Although it's not actual Velveeta. It's not like Velveeta brand. But it's got like this weird creaminess to it. It's creamy, salty, and very good. Yeah, I love the Emo's pizza. There's another company that does it too. Cecil Whitaker's Pizza. They do the St. Louis style pizza. Very thin wafer crust. It's like super thin. Very crunchy like a cracker. And then really yummy ingredients on top, like thick cuts of whatever sausage, pizza sausage, and it's good stuff. Very addictive, actually. It's very unhealthy too. Super high calorie. There are. All right. I order Emos through Gold Belly twice a year. What's Gold Belly? I've never heard of that. Gold Belly. Is that like ship food across state lines kind of thing? Gold Belly. Let's see. It doesn't say it. Gold Belly. What is it? Online marketplace that specializes in shipping gourmet and regionally iconic food from restaurants and food markets across the U.S. Huh. That's so interesting. Overnight shipping. So you don't get to eat it hot. It's very different when it's freshly hot, but you know, it's probably still good a day old. You know how pizza is a day old, it's changed. You know what I'm saying? But you know, instead of having Gold Belly ship you the pizza, you should just overnight some frozen Emos. So Emos is sold in all of the Walmarts and all the Targets. Big frozen Emos pizza with the cheese all fresh and all that. And you can just cook in your oven. And then when it comes out and it's toasty and crunchy, it's way better. Yeah, I mean, I've had day old Emos, and I've had the frozen Emos, and I've had the fresh Emos from the restaurant back when we lived in the St. Louis region. And by the way, Emos is good. Cecil Whitaker's is better. So I've had both of them, and they're both good in their own way. But Cecil Whitaker's definitely is better, and yeah, they're pretty good. We are. Cecil Whitaker's, they just got like more generous toppings and they're larger slices. It's really impressive. We used to get a discount to eat at Cecil Whitaker's when we were students in Lindenwood University. Here's John Lucas with no Siggies this time, Mr. John. I am sorry, John. You know, John, there was this one right here that I think I began to open by accident. The foil of the plastic is off of it. I wonder if this one had a signature in it. I wish I'd opened that one for you, but I got you a fresh one because I wanted to make sure you got a fresh one with the fresh wrap on it. Can you bring back text-to-speech on Streamlabs? We were having trouble with Streamlabs. It was causing my computer to overheat, but maybe it's gone up through like some updates or something, so maybe we can try to do that sometime. Here we are. All right. But, you know, it's kind of nice not having chat text-to-speech donations because it also means, you know, I don't have to moderate them. I don't have to, like, deal with having to moderate them. John Lucas, this is going to say 6.25. There we go. All right, 35 to ship. Emo's meat #1, overnight shipping. Oh, it is frozen. Oh, that's interesting. So is it from their restaurant or is it the actual frozen pizza version? Here's John Lucas. No, that's cool, man. I actually was talking to Karis about how we ought to look into, there must be some online service that ships you the finest bread products from around America or even the world, you know, and we just got our local bread, which is, you know, it's okay. But I've always wondered, there must be like a #1 bakery in America and a #2 bakery in America making like all the loaves, the sourdough, the baguettes, whatever. And if I could ship that bread, just ship the bread over to me, I'd love to try that. I mean, day old bread, who cares? And we just stopped looking into that. I got to look into that again and try some fresh bread. Where would you like to raise kids? Well, wherever, at this point, wherever. But I want to live in a fancy place. I want to live in hopefully a gated community. I don't know if I'll hate that, but I want to try it. I want to live in a gated community, and then I won't be as concerned about break-ins for the cards here. Here we are. It's not that I won't be concerned, but it adds another layer. Let me put it that way. It adds another layer. Hey, what do you guys, so this Dark Charizard, he's for sale, but he's just going to be for offer. So you can make me an offer on Discord for this card, okay? He's graded A for authentic. Ultimately, it is a Charizard. There it is. So he has a little bit of value that way. But this is an especially nice card for people who like following us. The signature is on the card itself, not on the case, which I think is very, much nicer. Because I've been signing a couple cases. Who cares about case signing is one thing, but having the actual card signed is fun. There's a little magnemite on the card, okay? So that one's on offer, and I'll consider pretty much any offer. All right, let's go. Let's see. We've got Jolteon 9 for 47. He's pricey, actually, even as a 9. Here's Charizard Checklist Carddass. Oh, we're not done. We're not done with Mr. John Lucas. We're not done with John Lucas. Sorry about that. So John has 2 more things right here. Are they here? Oh, here they are. Yeah, here they are. We have gated communities in Summerlin. I know. Oh, 1 pack left? Just 1 pack? Oh. All right, he's going to have $80 left over. Yes, you guys have lots of gated communities, and I really like it. Give me some, man, it's nice having you here to talk a little bit about it because I've watched a ton of content now on different states, different cities, and I'm pretty excited for that western side of, you know, Las Vegas, Nevada, and what all the special communities they're building over there. Is it really everything that they claim it is? Like, is it really that good? Is it paradise? What would you say are the downsides? Do you ever go there and you go, oh, this place stinks? Or is it pretty much like, hey, I live here. It's so great. I'm so lucky. Here we are. Mr. John Lucas with $80 of store credit. Last pack of Pokemon the first movie. Let's see what it is. The day you start having a kid is the day you will not be able to stream unless you hire a nanny, of course. Got to do it someday. Got to have a kid someday. I don't want to be 100 when I have a kid. Okay, got to do it someday, somehow. I don't know. I'm not worried about it too much, to be honest. When it comes to having kids, I'm not like freaking out about it. I'm not too worried. Here we are. Okay. Very nice. Ooh. There you go. And here is New Friends, The Story of Mewtwo, Farewell, and Charmander. There you go. Ooh. Here's Marshall Weber. When it comes to having kids, I'll probably, we'll probably just keep trying the natural way and not stress over it. Because I don't want it to be like a source of stress, having to worry about, oh, we got kids yet? So I don't want to stress over it. And then, if it ever gets to a point where it's like too long, we'll probably go try IVF or something like that. We are. Very nice. But right now, what we're focused on is moving to a nicer home. We're going to get out of Lake of the Ozarks. We're going to move to a no-tax state. We're going to bring our giant Pokemon card collection with us. Ta-da! That's actually a pretty good card. Look at this, John. That's actually a pretty good card. It's got Ash, Misty, and Brock, and Pikachu, and Togepi in it. If you could get a 10 on this would probably be a nice card to try and flip. So I think that's a nice one. All right. I live really close to one of the popular shopping areas, so it's nice for me. Oh, very cool, man. One of the things I'm really looking for is walkability. Would you say there's a lot of places to walk where you live? Walkability is one of the biggest things Karis and I value, because we realized we actually walk less in Lake of the Ozarks than we did in St. Louis. St. Louis and St. Charles had more places to walk than Lake of the Ozarks, which is so underdeveloped that you can like go walking into the woods if you want ticks, but there's no like trails, there's no like, well, there's trails, but there's not enough like large parks. There's no big shopping mall in the winter when the weather's bad. You need nice weather to go walking outdoors. Can't be too hot, can't be too cold. And Missouri gets bitterly hot and bitterly cold. So you get these bad weather days where if you were in St. Charles or St. Louis, you could go walking in a big mall like the Chesterfield Mall, DuPay or something like that, Frontenac. You can't do that out here. So there's just less to do, significantly less to do as a result. And so it's so horrible in the winter. It's so bad out here. We have like exercise bikes so that we can get some blood pumping in the winter. It's really bad. But we figure, a place like Orlando, Austin, Texas, or, Las Vegas, Nevada is going to have a lot more. Oh, yeah, mister, there's plenty of parks and trails. How are the brakes looking? Yes, let me grab this. Try a turkey baster. I heard about a lesbian couple that did that with the guy, where he agreed to help them get pregnant, and they used a turkey baster to get pregnant, and it worked. And then they sued him for child support, and he lost. He had to pay child support, even though he thought the agreement was that they would have the kid and he would bop out. He was forced to pay child support. So that was a really interesting story that stuck with me. Here we go. So we got this Moonbryon, 1 in 16. He's really good. Moonbryon. Okay. I would probably focus on that one. He's a nice break. I'm not going to show off any of the breaks right now. There's the gym break as well, if you're interested in the gym break. So we got the Moonbryon and the gym break. There it is. All right. Now we have an order from, let's see, Chevy McCauley. He says one Pokey Shuffle. Man, the Pokey Shuffles are so full of Pokey Shuffles right now. There's tons of slabs in those Pokey Shuffles. It is rich with slabs. Depending on what gated community you choose, it's probably going to have its own thing going on. That's me. What's up, Chev? All right, let's see if you get lucky. You ready? 3 to the back. Oh, boom. Ball toy, no luck. It was just one Pokey Shuffle. Would you like this in your bag? Let me know if you want that card in your bag. Most people like to donate the card back. But if you want that in your bag, it's all yours. We'll put it in your bag, okay? Hey, oh, shucks. Well, shucks. Yeah, that's a shucks. Okay, we have a Jose E. Dominguez, and he would like into the Gengar. So let's grab this, Mr. Dominguez. Have you seen how close Summerlin is to Red Rock Canyon? Yes. Yes, it's got a higher elevation of like 4,500, and as a result, it's about 4 or 5 degrees cooler than the rest of Las Vegas. And for some reason, that is like exactly what we're looking for. And I imagine those homes will sell faster and harder than the rest of Las Vegas as a result of that, because summer ends sooner in that area as a result of that. There's a big difference between 110 degrees and 105 degrees, or maybe like 100 degrees and 95 degrees. You know what I'm saying? Like psychologically, maybe. There we go. But maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm not thinking about it right. Did you need a new card? Need a card? Oh, yes. Okay, new card. All right, you got it, man. Ready? You can go hiking there all the time. Nice. Ready? I'm most of all looking forward to being able to live in a place where if I wanted to liquidate a large chunk of cards, I wouldn't be punished with a income tax for doing that. Missouri punishes me for that. There we go. Okay, so that goes up by 1. Oh, I should have made an actual scorecard. We'll make a scorecard for you. Also, the fact that we basically live in Tornado Alley now. Tornado Alley actually shifted to the right. And when you think about that, that means we're basically in it. It's just kind of stupid, isn't it? It's stupid having all these cards and living in a place where a tornado could wipe it all out. Isn't that stupid? It's just not smart. So, same with living on the edge of Florida. That's probably not the smartest move. The fact that Nevada doesn't get tornadoes and doesn't get hurricanes is a big, big, big selling point for moving a bunch of cards over. No natural disasters of that type, and no sales tax. They don't. It's no income tax. There we go. It's a big deal. All right. A lot of big collectors out here, sure. All right. Although you guys have a pretty expensive local sales tax. Local sales tax is like 8.5. That's pretty high. Missouri is just like 5 or something like that. It's like 5 or 6. So it's much lower out here. So, that sucks. And in fact, some of that will eat away this concept of some of the cards' value being saved. But no, I want to move to a big city. I want to live in a big city. Mark J. Valerian for 2 Minecraft hobby packs. You got it, man. 2 Minecraft hobby packs. So tonight might be the night. It's a Monday night, and we might be focusing on repos. Oh, yeah. It's about time. We didn't do it for May, so we're going to be doing it for June finally. Hiking in Taos Elite. We have a huge poke scene. Red Rock hiking. You know who moved to Las Vegas recently? Lootbox. And I've known that guy. He was kind of doing rip and ships around the time I was in 2019. Lootbox. And I think he focuses on sports cards. But I told him if I moved out to Las Vegas, I have to meet him or something like that. Our polar bear and dolphin. All right, that's pack number 1. We are. Very nice. He's been doing that. He's been doing the card scene as much as I have for as long as I have. Usually live in San Fran. That way you can go poop on the sidewalk. Oh, I thought you were about to give me a very, very serious explanation as to why I should do that. Ooh, hey, maybe pooping on the sidewalk's very holistic in a certain way. Like back to the wild or something like that. Here's Blaze. Tired of living with all these rules. Oops, too many rules, man. There are. Very nice. All right, San Francisco. Mr. Mark. I don't think you understand how hot it is. This is dry desert heat, not your humid heat. Yeah, well, I actually read that as a result of it being a dry heat, it actually feels cooler than a humid heat. But you're right. Maybe I won't like the dryness of it. Maybe I would prefer that it was wet. I don't know. Did you need a new bag, Mark? J. Valerian. Didn't we just ship you? The views in San Francisco beat Las Vegas any day. Here we are. You're probably right. But if I move to San Francisco, I'll have to pay a very, very high income tax. I'll have to pay higher property tax. I'll have to pay a higher cost of living as well. It just seems like if you want to build up wealth and you want to build up a retirement, you need to make strategic decisions. And I'm not so sure San Francisco is the most strategic decision right now. You actually look at migration patterns, and they're not into San Francisco. They're into these other places. Most importantly, a lot of businesses moving into these places because they see them and go, oh my gosh, this is a great opportunity to operate our business and make, 5, 6, 7, 8% more, whatever your state taxes is. Well, California is a very high state tax. So, I think in Austin, Texas, one of the reasons that city is exploding is because now they got Apple and they got Google and they already got Tesla and they probably got Microsoft to some degree. Even Reno, Nevada has a chunk of software jobs going there too. Reno, Nevada. We were really tempted by Reno, but I think we're going to choose Las Vegas, ultimately. Humid heat is all sticky and gross. I prefer dry heat over wet. I grew up in Nevada and have been to Florida and Georgia. Humidity sucks. Yeah, it's a bit sweltering when the heat comes in and it's very wet. We were just outside and it was like that. We were just outside just now today and it was like that. And it's, you know, if you lived here your whole life, you're very used to it. You're just sort of like, yep, it's a hot day. But man, it's like a punishment, dude. That heat, that humidity, very sticky. Your business is out of your home, so the looters won't go loot your house because you aren't Walgreens or Target. Yes. What? All right. Poor Walgreens. Here's Carlton Wicks. Finish slab away. Start a new slab away. 1 gram gold. And then also 1 Minecraft hobby and 1 Pokey Shuffle. Okay, Carlton Wicks. You got it, man. Let's grab this. Let's pay off your slab away. Mr. Carlton, we're heading right over to Slab Away. Wherever you move is a big investment of your money. Your home is typically your largest investment. And so where we move is also like placing a bet on where we think houses will appreciate greatly. Is kind of a bet on what will do well over time. Hopefully I'm betting correctly, but I might not be. Okay, so we're going to reset this to 165. But it sounds like you said you sent in 40, so it's 145 remains. Okay. Now, Carlton Wicks, let's go find that gold. I love gold. Move close to Trump. I hear Yellowstone's a great place to live. Yeah, there's Wyoming. Of course, Wyoming is very strange. You can go to Cheyenne, and it's very sparsely populated. Very, very sparsely. And we're kind of tired of that lifestyle. It hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been super great either. It's just kind of boring. And so now we'd like to live in a place with lots of people and lots of things to do for a while. We remember when we moved out, we moved out to Lake of the Ozarks when house prices out here were spiking like crazy. They were really spiking. And they were spiking because the Netflix show Ozark was still playing. They were still producing it. New episodes were coming out, And houses out here as a result were really spiking in price. So we kind of got in during COVID. We got in during the Ozark TV show. That's all kind of gone. People don't care so much about COVID and, they're not making new Netflix adaptations for Ozark. Not that I know of, although I guess if they did go back to working on it, that would be a bummer that we moved out. But because the houses go up here, the more notoriety it gets. But we came out here and nobody was wearing masks and there were no rules. There were no COVID rules. You didn't have to get the shot or anything like that. And so we liked it out here for those reasons. And again, all that's kind of past now and we're ready to go back to civilization. It is Carlton Wicks. But also, we had fun out here, and it just feels like, man, don't you want to try something new, Don't you want to... I don't know if I'm the type to just sort of sit down and stay in one place forever. So maybe we will go to a place like Las Vegas. Maybe we'll move again. I don't know. It's a lot of hustle to move, but if you've got a lot of energy and a lot of determination, you can do it. You can just keep moving around the country and experiencing new things. I've already moved a bunch of my lifetime. After I left home, I moved over and over and over and over again. So what's another move? But this time to a new place, to a place I've never been before. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, so he wants some gold. Let's see. Here it is. These are pamps. How much does a gold coin weigh, and what do you sell them for? Yeah, we got a couple gold coins for you fine gentlemen who appreciate gold. Let's go ahead and start by putting this pamp away for Mr. Carlton. He has just bought this for slap away. He's going to pay down a gold gram. He already paid down a gold gram. So he's going to have 2 gold grams. You need a camper van, mister, and stay on the move. No, I don't think... I'm at that level of liking to move around. I'm not like a nomad. Or whatever the term that is, a drifter. All I got is 4 pamps, huh? All right, and let's see. Oh, 5 pamps if you count that one. Yeah, we got a couple gold coins. We got a silver coin too, huh? You're the Dragon silver coin. Let's see. So this is a 1/10 coin for 489. 1/4 coin for 1,180. 1/4. Oh yeah, these are both 1/4. I get it. Even though this one looks smaller, it's thicker. So that's what's going on. And then here's a 1/2 ounce. Yeah, this is a 1/2 ounce, I believe, right? So MS71 1/2 ounce. And look, I've got this one too. If you want to buy this one from me, you want to buy this one? That is a full ounce completer coin. It's from a very collectible set. It's from 2021, the Queen's Beasts. And I feel really lucky to own it. It's super cool. I should have bought 2 of them. Yeah, we got some coinage. All right. Lovely coinage. They call me the Wanderer. All right. Did you guys like seeing that? That's cool stuff, huh? Yeah, we got some coins for sale if you ever want some. Here's a completer coin, MS69. Here's a Ancient Gods coin. Here's another silver. Here's a Venom coin. Yep, cool stuff. Silver and gold go up in price slowly over time, and they're also sort of like a reverse bet. They're like a bet if the monetary system collapses. They're a bet if we break out into World War III. They're a bet if, you know, the stock market collapses for some reason. So having some of that in your back pocket is never that bad. And even if the bet doesn't play out, they don't really go down in price very much. They just kind of creep upward. So it's a pretty good thing to hold. Gold has gone up by 30% in the last year, by the way. That doesn't do as well as Pokemon, but again, it's not bad. There you go. What's the deal with goldbacks? One of the states is started printing, a private company started printing something called goldbacks. They're sort of like dollar bills, but they're made out of gold. Really fine amounts of gold. I want to be number one. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so back to this. Carlton Wicks. Finish the slab away. Start a new one with 1 gram of gold. 1 Minecraft hobby. 1 Pokey Shuffle. Here goes. Carlton Wicks. Keeping us busy. I have the full set of Queen Beasts in gold and silver. Damn, dude. Really? That's crazy. I have some... another cold shuffle. I got some large Queen's Beasts silver coins. I got the bull, and I've got the silver dragon. Do I have 2 of the silver dragons? I might have 2 of the silver dragons. I got the really large ones. They're like 20 ounce or something. I ought to sell them, to be honest. I ought to sell as much as I can before we move so that I don't have to transport as much. Look at this. And so that we have more cash for all of the needs that are required for moving, you know. Are they foil gold? It is. Ooh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Nice. And here's an Evoker and Iron Golem in the back. Okay. That's for Carlton Wicks. Thank you, Carlton. I ought to be looking left and right for things to give up. I actually just have so much stuff that I don't even know what I have that should be sold. This Mr. Carlton. Very good. Ooh. Here's Hitmonlee. Ouch. Larvitar. Ooh. Roronorazoro. The Call of Legends break. And Mickey Moose. Self-frame slippers. Okay, Chevy McCauley's back for 4-star birth, 4 black flame, 4 fusion art Korean. These are all Korean, I assume. All right, let's see. 4 of the black flames. Welcome, guys. What are you looking forward to tonight? What do you want to see? 4-star birth. How many likes we got? Do we got any likes? We got 84 viewers. Let's see what the likes are at. 24 likes. Smash that like button for me, guys. We are. Fresh star birth then. And then fusion art. Fusion art. Let's see what we can get for fusion art. Is this star birth? Nope. That's not star birth. This is OP11. That shouldn't even be around there. It should be back here. Why do I have this box of Destined Rivals here? Put this where it belongs. Okay, let's see. We still have these Nikke packs. $60 a box. 1 Nikke signature if you do well. If you open a whole box. I believe I'm getting Star Birth then. So Star Birth and Fusion Strike. I'll be right back, guys. Star Birth and Fusion Strike. I'm back. What kind of product are you guys most excited for, would you say? What are you guys tickling or itching to open or see. Pull this up. Put this on. Oops. I'm going to put this on all messages. There we go. All right, here we are. Nice. Ren and Stimpy Gem Pack Volume 2. Alex PSX is happening. Do you know the way U.S. can tell North Korea counterfeit $100 bill? It's better quality than our bill. Here we are. Very nice. Yeah, I wonder why those Gem 2s aren't here yet. Now that you talk about it. You know, I never found that tracking number for them. I think after this, I'll stop and find that tracking number. All right, Fusion of Strike. Pokemon and only Pokemon. All right. Okay. Very nice. One, two, three, and a 4. All right, Mr. Chev, thanks for making an order. Keeping us busy tonight. You guys ready for repos tonight? We got to do repos. We got to get a new jumbo pack break going. What else? We got price up some new slabs. We probably need a new slab giveaway. What do you guys think? What would make a good giveaway? There we go. All right, Mr. Chevy. He's got belly bolt popping out. That's nice. These Korean packs are so good, dude. High quality cards, printed better than English at like a fraction of the cost. They're an easy way to enjoy the hobby. You get a whole box of these easily. There's Magmortar. We open so many Korean cards every time because people have enjoyed this product so much. And when you grade them, they still sell for a decent chunk of money too. Just so like, you know, they don't sell for as much as English, but you also didn't pay for them as much. They were cheaper. Okay, there you go. Did you know Saudi family of Saudi Arabia are actually descendants of Jews who fought against Muhammad? What are you talking about, Simon? You're a crazy guy, man. All right, there you go. Tossing this over here and sleeving this. Ta-da! Okay, you got Charizard and you got Belly Bolt. Nice. Let's go find your bag. Oh, I'm trying to remember your name. So it was under Chevy, huh? Okay, Mr. Chevy. Oh, right, because your first order was actually the, let's see. Ooh, I don't see it. Did you need a new bag? Christine, Chet Zagvong, Christopher what? Christopher Wentworth. Looks like a new bag for you. Okay, new bag time. I think I need a new one. So why don't I take a moment and try and hunt down that tracking number and see how close the gem mints are to us, guys. They might be pretty close. Okay. There it is. Straight from the PSA vault itself. It's in show and tell. All right. Put this over here. Okay. How about vintage card for giveaway today? I'm going to do a giveaway on this vintage card, Larvitar. You guys like the free ones? Smash that like button if you like the free ones tonight, guys. All right, we got 80 viewers. I'd like it if we got to 100 viewers soon. Okay. It's going to say free, and then up here it's going to say TCC. That's the keyword. Let me go refresh this over here. Remember, 28 months. Wow, dude, that's over 2 years. That's Matt. Thank you so much, Matt. Are you Matt White? Hit save on that. There it is. So we're giving away this vintage Larvitar completely free. Also, I'm on the donations list. So we keep track of my donations too. It says I did 25. Was 25 and 18. 43, I think. I think that's 43. So I go from 25 to 43. So I'm at 43. We'll see who's most generous. See if anyone beats me. Okay. How about new slab? Ooh, we got this Pikachu Celebration. It's got a 9. That's a real pity. See, he looks very, very clean. If we zoom in, look how clean this card looks. Okay. It's got this, maybe that white thing's what cost it. Let's see. I think that overall the card looks really nice. I could see this passing as a 10 in the past. I feel like it's not just that. I feel like it's these corners, man. When I see corners like this, it often is a 9. So I feel like PSA wants the corners to be round now, and they don't want them to be upturned either. So that's a pity on the 9 on the Pikachu. Got some manga rares coming in too. You got some manga rares? Some manga rares. Celebrations Pikachu 9. What do you guys think this is going to cost? New Slab getting a price here, guys. They have print lines, those Pikachus. What? You got print lines. I don't want to hear it. Celebrations Pikachu. Oh, I typed in Pillachu. I always typed in Pillachu. Pikachu. All right. And he's actually number 005. Ah, there he is. Okay. So it looks like he's going to be about $24 as a 9. 24. Okay, $24. Pretty cheap. I mean, that's what you're seeing with a lot of cards. If it's 9, it's pretty cheap. And then, how about another 10? Well, what do we got here? We got a Hitmonchan. And Hitmonchan, we got a Rayquaza. Radiant Sneasler. We got Tyranitar. Were you the one who had a Typie Pikachu? Typie Pikachu. No, I didn't have a Typie Pikachu, but I got this cute Snorlax. You want to see my Snorlax? Look, he's waving at you. That's pretty cute. All right. Let's see. So we have this Gengar. Somebody's waiting for you guys to join it in order to finish that gym break. Letting you know about that. Okay, let's hit this. Click. And we'll click on this. We have a Mr. Ivan Rodriguez Pikachu. Oh, did you just buy this Pikachu right here? Wow. All right, it's all yours, Ivan Rodriguez. Okay, lovely. Good. Now, how about we grab this guy here? That's a Hoppip. And why don't we grab... What else we got? Hoppip. Oh my god, dude. Here's an Iona 9. Got a couple 9s here. Not the 9s, dude. Depends on which Charizard, if you mean by price. So this is actually the... Oh, this is Merlin 3. Exceptionally rare. Merlin 3. Hoppip. It's graded 9. And this is Iona's Watrel. Let's get a price for the Iona's Watrel. There we are. I'm putting these together because I want to create a gym break for the 9s. PSA 9. Watrel. 232. Okay, and we want this sorted by cheapest. Oh, come on, dude. So it looks like the cheapest will be about $25 on the Iona. Okay, so Iona maybe about 25. And as for the Hoppip, I'm not going to ask much for the Hoppip. How does just $15 sound? Now, don't try to buy them because I'm going to put these together into one break, okay? Lord Pop-Tart, hell yeah, dude. Look, he did based in Pokepill too. That's really nice of you, man. For those of you who don't know, that means he's like in a higher tier. He's actually donating a little more. All right, this is ready to be a split. So this is going to be a gym break for not 1, not 2, but 3 slabs. It's kind of a fun thing. I noticed I hosted this twice now, and it's gone off twice. So I think people like the variety. All right. Oops. 1 and 2. There it is. 1 and 2 odds, $30 buy-in. This is $40 1 and 2 buy-in. Now we need to put together a jumbo break. Wait, let me see if we have another order first. I don't want you guys waiting if there's an order. Short wait times right now, guys. If you enjoy short wait times, we also have a TCC giveaway now. Okay, let me throw this away. All right. By the way, did you guys know we have this break over here that I think is an excellent break? It is the Destined Rivals box break. Jump in there if you want a whole box of Destined Rivals. You can tell me to keep this sealed if you'd like. There it is. Now, you can't do that at Walmart. You can't buy a 1 in 9 odds for a whole box of Destined Rivals at Walmart. So, Here we have some cool stuff. Sun and Moon, Crimson Invasion, and Steam Siege are here. Let's go ahead and grab a couple more packs that I think should go in here, okay? So, I've been doing this set over and over again because I got these sitting over here. I really like that. It's exclusive to this break here. And haven't we been doing this Mewtwo? I've been doing this Mewtwo because I feel like it's good to have a guaranteed pull. Do I have the poker cards nearby still? How about these poker cards? Can I give them a poker card as well? Let's see. Okay, we'll have 2 guaranteed poker cards as well. All right. There you go. Look at that. Ooh. So we'll have those be part of the pulls. And what else should go in there? Oh, that's empty. The Nikke pack. Maybe the Nikke pack. Let's see. What other packs? What other packs? Well, I feel like you can't go wrong with the Destined Rivals right now. Everyone wants Destined Rivals, so that's always exciting. Let's also pull... What shall we put in there? I think a 151 and a gem pack. Trying to put some cool stuff in there. 151, gem. Make sure that there's some, adequate Pokemons in there. Maybe one of these nice cards here. Okay. And why don't we put a Metazoo pack in? And then we'll also put in one of these packs that is not on the menu. All right, you ready? Let's start pricing these. Okay, and we'll jump over here as well. So, we have an order from Miss Beatrice. Miss Beatrice is saying, Blip, jump me into the 3 slab break. You got it, Beatrice. Beatrice is jumping into the 3 slab gym break. Here it is. Oh, you're a towel. Whoa, whoa. Sir, you are literally a towel. No, you're a towel. Yeah. You want to get high? Tally. Oh. Okay, let's get this started. This one's 10. Let's grab our menu. This is the menu. So we have Metazoo, $6. We have Twilight. That's going to be over here. And it's not going to be called Twilight. It's going to be called... Where is it? Crimson Haze. There it is. $3. Okay, Crimson Haze, a great set. This is the Chinese Hidden Fates. Nope, 151, I mean. Okay. Chinese gem packs are going to be $5. Destined Rivals is going to be $9, right? Here's our 3 bonus pulls. This guy we know is $10. Solo leveling is what, 8? Playboy is... The Playboy set's really fun because we're trying to pull a very good card out of here. $10. I call it Trump Playboy because we're trying to pull a vintage Trump out. Here's a Hololive Elite Spark. Here it is for 6.5. This pack is $10. GI Joe is 15, I think. And Siege was what, 25, wasn't it? 25, I think. And then Sun and Moon, Crimson Invasion. We used to sell this. I can't remember. Was the Steam Siege 25 or 35? I don't understand why Crimson Invasion is always so affordable. It doesn't really make sense to me. Okay, Crimson Invasion is going to be like $13. Okay. It's got some solid pulls in it. Crimson Invasion does. Ready? Let's start adding these up. So, let's see. 13, 25, 15, 10, 6.5, 10, 8, 10, 9, 5, 6, 3, 6, 10. And then the poker cards shall be, I don't know, $5 each. And the Mew is 20, the Mewtwo. That's $166.50. Perfect. We'll leave it there at 166 and we'll do it 1 and 4, okay? So it's actually kind of a better deal. It's about $6 off. Let's grab a bag. Here it is. This will do. We'll just reuse this. It says 1, 2, 3 on it, but actually it's just being reused, so. Okay, we got a new jumbo pack running again. This has 1 person in it. This has 1 person in it. All right, cool, man. And now I suppose it's time for me to start working on those repos. So let me go ahead and rotate the slabs for you guys. I said we work on repos tonight. The queue is empty. You guys can do anything you want. Here's Promethean Knight. I think what I'll be working on is getting some of these slabs off of the table and starting some big slab rotations as well. It's time to start rotating slabs. And I'm going to jump over here and start in the A's, okay? Time to start in the A's. First of all, it's... So the old statement was, it's April and slabs from September are due. So it goes September, October, November. Is that right? Hold on, let me see this real fast. Pretty sure it does, right? Yeah, it goes September, October, November. Just making sure. Close that. Okay. So now it should say it's June and slabs from November are due. Okay. And this will say it's June and slabs from March must be half paid. There we go. Because it goes March, April, May, and then June, right? So that's the 3-month mark. So we'll be looking at cards that are from November or older that are due, and cards that are from March or older that are not half paid. Let's get started. Why did it have to be spiders? Help Harry. My slabs are in Itasca? All right. So we've got an Aaron Roach Salamence, and that one is due. This one is now doo-doo. He's got the doo-doo. Didn't we see Aaron Roach the other day? I can't remember. Put a space between these. There you go. Let's see. We have an August to August, an April to April, a March. Andrew Hyatt, Zapdos. That one's good. We have a Mr. Andrew. That one's almost due. That one's brand new. Here's an Anthony Kalura, but it's nothing there. Arturo, brand new. Okay, the A's are done. Now the B's. We have a Brad Bettle one that is, this one is, what do you call it, like late or something like that. So that one needs to be half paid off, but it's not. He has a PSA 10 Vileplume and a PSA 10 Wick, and he's brought it down by 100. Here's March to March, May. Those are brand new. June, December. Chris Abruzzo, he has a really big Tyranitar. I think he wants to keep working on that. Here's Christian Gomez. I think we did this already. He had a Perrin that needed to be replaced. We already replaced it, did we not? Pretty sure we did all that already. Okay. We're in the D's now. The D's nuts. Daniel Del Barrio had a PSA 10 Dark Magneton from July 2024. Is that still around? Because that one's really, really old. Let's go looking for that one. All right. Mr. Daniel. There it is. All right, this one's coming back. Whew. Okay, we're cutting that out. I'm moving that over here. Very nice. Now go back over here to the D's and peel this guy out. So that slab is back. All right, back to the D's. Daniel Wiseman. Looks like we got a round of shipping from Mr. Chevy. Sounds good, Mr. Chevy. You want to ship so soon? So soon? Let's see. Wow, the D's are all brand new slabs. Crazy. The whole list, brand new slabs. Okay, and now we've got the E's. Here's a CGC-10 Lugia Aquapolis that Edwin E. Lopez is due on. He needs to extend that, unless they do twice. I would assume, if I was him, that I badly want to pay this off. Let's see how he's doing the last time he sent a payment in. Got some more Black Phlegm as well. Ah, there you go. Nice, dude. Turn this down a little bit. This music. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick look into Mr. Edwin Lopez. See how he's doing. I don't think we've received a payment from him in a long time. Let's try over here. We're researching. So Edwin Lopez was passed last year in April. Is that right? And it looks like he might have sent for shipping that day. Oops. No, go back. I want this one. That's so weird. The bag for shipping bag and CGC Lugia. Adder starts with da-da-da-da. Huh. He didn't pay it off though, did he? I don't get it. He talks as if he's already paid for it. Let me go see if it's in the box. CGC-10 Lugia. Maybe he already paid for it. Oh yeah, I don't see it in the box. Maybe he's already paid for it. You know, it's weird. I felt like it was already paid for. There we go. Whew. So a little room to move in here. I think that one's already paid for is what's going on. But it's so weird. It's a gigantic number. Let's go back here. Slab away. Oh, there it is. The $2,580 payment. That guy definitely paid this. All right. We're removing that. He is not late on it. He paid it off. We just forgot to remove it. Let's see how you guys are doing. How much for that Dark Magneton? Yeah, he's nice. He's from Rocket Returns. Here it is. We're looking for other slabs that are going to come back from Slab away. Okay. So now we have Eric B. Colburn had a Charmander. And is that one due? Anything from March must be half paid. So he's very, very due on that one. Let's see. Eric B. Colburn. Let's see what Eric's been up to. See if he still hangs out with us. See if he still does stuff. It says here, Eric Colburn sent money on 10/24. And where did he put this away? Put this away in February, so that didn't even add up. Let me try it over here. Eric Colburn. Ah, there he is. So he was last here on February 6th. And he has not been back. And what do you say here? I'm going to just mark this one as late. And hopefully he works on that one. I don't want to take it away from him. I didn't even know what it is. Okay, Francisco Cruz. Now we're in the G's, everybody. What do you think of that? You can buy Slab without fully paying up front. That's right. We call it Slab away. Okay, we're in the GHIs. April, May, February, Israel Rodriguez. He's doing good. January, Ivan Rodriguez to my Inas. I think he's doing good. Oh, he keeps paying it down and then he keeps adding to it. Ivan Rodriguez, 2 Zards. And then you got the 2 Zards too, Mr. Ivan. Then we go over here into the J's. June, April. That one's looking good. February. That one's looking okay somewhat. We have Jonathan Lewandowski. Wow, there's not much to repo. It seems like everyone's finishing off their Sabaways. Very few people are not finishing them off. We've got, now we're in the KLs. We've got Caleb Ibarra's kind of due. Kara Nichols, we just helped Kara Nichols out. Let's see. Marco Solis had a Tifa that is definitely expired. It's from June to June, and he did not really pay it down at all. So that is the problem. Let's go grab it. Marco Solis. Is Marco Solis, he hasn't talked to me or anything. Is he still here? Does Marco still hang out with us? Some people like move on, you know, and they just don't care about their slab away. And then some people are still around. Yeah, he hasn't been here in a long time, according to this. All right, let's go get it. We got one, guys. Actually, this card is very interesting. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Whoa. It's very interesting because, you know, Final Fantasy is kind of doing well right now. Here it is. That is 1996 Carddass Final Fantasy vending. And population was pretty low on it back when I owned it. Let's see what it is today. I want to see what the population is on this card today. Population 12. Super rare. Super rare card. Okay, let me grab this. I had a feeling that one was going to disappear. So let me mark this over here. So that is the second card coming out of Slab away. And now we are back in it. So March to March, June, February. We have a Matthew Bain CGC 10 Pristine Chansey, which does not have much movement on it. This will be marked late. Okay, then Matt Hansen, he's got a Ditto Squirtle. That one's pretty much late. Matt Hansen. That one's a year. That one ends in August, which is in 2 months. And let's see. It's not that bad, though. October, April. Here's May, March. December to June 2025. Osvaldo. PSA 10, SV49, Charizard. That's due now. Let's see if Osvaldo Jimenez has hung out with this because it's due now. And he hasn't made like one payment on it. It says December to June 2025. Let's take a look at Osvaldo. Hey, what's up, guys? That Tifa Slab. That's right, we're doing repos live right now, guys. All right, so it looks like he was here on 8/24 for Slab extension. That makes sense. That's the Slab extension. That was when it went from December to June. I think we're going to have to say this is expired, man. I can understand he wants it, but he hasn't really paid it off at all. That's the problem. And it looks like he was last here in 8/2024. That was a really long time ago. So this one's going to have to be expired. All right. Feel bad for him because I'd like for him to be able to obtain that slab, but it says he's had it since December to June 2025. What that tells me is he had it from December to December, and then I let him add even more time to it. I let him add a year and a half to it. So that's no good. All right. Ow. What was his name again? Osvaldo. All right. Let's go find that. There it is. Boy, I wonder how long this has been sitting in this box, man. Probably a year and a half. Here it is. Boom. That's been sitting there for like a year and a half. Okay. Go back over here. That would have been under the O's. Is that right? Yeah. So, here's November 2024. That one is due. So, Philip Adornado, he's got a metal Zard, and it's due. Okay, so that one, I'm going to let him have more time, but next month it's going to be gone. And then this one's Rage Quit Bit. Has the Latios Black Label. This one's like late. This one's super late. That guy hasn't made one payment on this. I've been kind of generous with him because he said he really wanted it. I think we need to call it. Let me think. So it's from December. Yeah, I mean, he's had it for 6 months. He's had it for 6 months. He hasn't made like one payment on it. This has got to be reclaimed. He's had it for way too long. All right. I like Mr. Rage Quit. I hope he comes back. Rage Quit, he's another YouTuber, so he's welcome to come back. But, you know, you got to make some kind of effort on it. It can't be a whole year and no payments on it. That's just no good. Where did it go? Let's see. He probably intended to, but... It is. All right. There we go. Cheapest is like what on the SV49? So, okay. Now we have March 25, May 25, February. Robert Breeding has a Carddass Nikke. February 25, Robert Trebleco has the Gym Leaders. June, March, May. These are looking fine. April 6 actually has a card. She's got the Cosmic Reshiram. Okay, but that one's fine. It's not that old. Ooh, this one's Theodore Perez, Lugia Game Boy. He's really trying. He's gotten from March to March to 6 more months from March. So what's 6 more months from March 2025? Look this up. We've already broken the rule. You're not supposed to be able to extend it to 18 months. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one's got to be due in August. All right. He's made decent progress. It's about halfway done. He's got to finish it up though, man. You know, he's just had this here forever. Here's March 25, May 26, May 25, June 25, October 2024. Xadrian Adorno, CGC 10 Sabrina. That one's super expired. From October? Let me see. That one's not expired. All right. It's close, though. It's really close. He hasn't made one payment on it, though. That's the problem. But it's a really small slab. Xadrian Adorno. Yeah, he made maybe he's already taken it home. Maybe that's what's going on. Let me see if it's even in the box. Maybe he already paid it off and I just forgot about it. Because it's a really small one. Nope, right here. I don't think he wants it. He hasn't made one payment on it, and it's been almost the full 6 months, so this one's getting repoed. Oops. All right. Go. Oops. Okay, and now we're nearly done. October 24, Zach Allen, Totodile Frontiers. That one's getting pretty old. This one's close. The Totodile Frontiers, and then Zen, who's got plenty of time, but he hasn't made any payments yet. All right, so there we go. And of course, Slab Away doesn't affect fossil booster packs. You run out of the time for the fossil booster packs when the last pack is sold, and we're just waiting for the Slab Aways. So what happens at that point is we withdraw whichever Slab Away booster pack was oldest. Oh no, not oldest. Whichever one had the smallest amount paid off. All right. Wow, that's the end of the repos, guys. You guys like that? Our viewership went up while we were doing repos. Okay, what did we get back from the repo machine? We got a Charizard, a Dark Magneton, a Tifa, really old Tifa, a Sabrina's Suggestion, okay, and this really interesting one, the Sun and Moon Double Burst Chinese Black Label. It's Chinese, but it's also Black Label, and it's one of the most popular Pokemon cards. We were selling this for $4K. I don't know what its price today should be. What do you guys think? Sitting on it certainly hasn't hurt me because Pokemon cards have really just gone up. There you go. You know, I only bought this with the intention to sell it, but boy, it's tempting to just keep it. I don't have a lot of black labels, and that's a very special one. I bet if I showed that off, that would get a lot of attention. Okay, that gets that over here for now. It's traditional Chinese. Chinese Cantonese. Let's take a quick look and see if there's anything like it. Black Label. Latios. And let's see. Here's a Thai language one for 6,000. And it's got a bunch of followers. 6,000. That just seems like a lot, but I don't know. You never know what to expect with these black label cards anymore. I'm going to go put this guy over here. He's fun to look at, but now we're completed with that. It's all going to zero. It's all going to crash. Quick, sell the slabs before the bubble pops. That BGS label is terrible. What? Tammy says they got it all wrong. All right, let's get back to the line. Here's Charmander. Here's Dojo. Groudon. It's Groudon. Here's a nice gold star. And here is Dratini. Very nice. What do we got next? So Mr. Chevy's got a few orders. And we got an order in the PayPal queue. Let's just see who goes first. Okay, Mr. Mark. It says, paying for my slab away for the Slowpoke NGC coin. You got it, Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark. Let's see. Clicking on this. And there it is. So this goes down to 90. Boom. Very nice. So it went from 110 to 90. All right, and now it is actually Mr. Chevy's turn. So, Chevy, you've got 10 Black Flame Koreans. You got it, 10 Black Flame Korea. Where's that? Ah. Mister, have you ever opened Phantom Gate? I want Phantom Gate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go, 10 of these. Oh, is the camera messed up? Sorry about that. There you go, nice. By the way, we got a giveaway going on. Be sure to type in TCC to be part of the giveaway, everybody. That was fun, man. We got some nice cards back there. I like it better when people finish their slab-aways. But every now and then, a couple of slabs don't get finished. That's pretty typical. A lot of them do get finished. So if you scroll through the slab-away channel, it's huge. There's tons of slabs in there. And almost all of them just sell. But a couple get abandoned. You know, people have their reasons, you know. They usually have very good reasons. Especially because half the time, these are very nice cards. There's that. Here's a cold one. Here's Palafin. Hey, Mr. My shipment was missing a slab. Oh, tell me about it, Mr. Plum Wild. What's the name? Could it have been under other names? Was it a special item like a booster pack slab? Give me some details. Tell me what went wrong. It's a Koro Ponita giveaway slab. Ah, probably had Plum Wild as the back of the slab, and so Alexis didn't know that. So, what we need to do is get that name updated. Do you got a bag on the table already? Do you ever get irritated answering the same questions? Elijah, I've been doing this 6 years. I don't get irritated by anything. Or no, I do get irritated by things, but I don't know what it would be. Maybe, what really makes me get irritated? When I can't find a bag, that drives me nuts. I hate not being able to find a bag because I feel so silly looking for it. And then there's usually some simple explanation like, oh, it already shipped or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't have a bag. All right, Mr. Plum Wild. Well, I apologize that it's been missed. It's sort of all that happened was when you won the slab, we probably wrote Plum Wild on the back. And then when I printed the label, I just went with your real name. So Alexis, she searches for your slab based on your label. So what I needed to do was either A, write your true name on the back of the slab, which I would have needed to have known that, or B, at the time of shipping, we would have needed to write Plum Wild on the label. So that would have fixed it. I'd like to donate it back. Oh, you're donating it back. What is it again? Plum Wilds would like to donate the slab back. All right, we're going to do that, Mr. Plum Wilds, if that's what you'd like to do. Mr. Chevy, here's this. A Pokey Shuffle. Let's give him a Pokey Shuffle. Have you ever cut a card? I've never cut an actual card. In 6 years of opening all these packs, I've never cut the cards. Here it is, but I've cut one of those little lenticular things. Ah, it's a cold one. Look at your questions. There's no such thing as Cantonese written language. WTF. It's only simplified or traditional. They're probably not experts, you know. They probably don't know. All they know is that card's a Black Label 10. Mr. Chevy says, for V-Star Universe, before I ship my bag. V-Star Universe. V-Star Universe. Korean V-Star Universe? You sent $9. V-Star Universe. Let me look into that real fast. Scrolling up here. Yeah, we have a set V-Star Universe Korean, really. Oh man, I don't. Is that it back here? Oh my god. Is this it? Oh my god, it's right here, I think. Wow, that was easier than I thought. I thought I was gonna get stuck on that one. Wasn't there a guy that buying prismatic and having you cut them at release? I can't remember. Here we are. So, what do we got here for you? We've got, Zorork. Very nice, very tasty. Yeah, okay, so that was kind of a cold pack, Chevy, if you want to go any deeper on those. Okay, Mr. Chevy. Pretty pack. Yeah, I really like that one. Okay, so we got that. Now you just need your $9 shipping. Now we're going to go ahead and print your shipping, but you know you don't have to ship out so soon. You just got a little thin bag, right? So you can add more stuff to it if you'd like before you go out. All right, very nice. And let's go get you a label. Yeah, many people keep their stuff over here a long time to get that bag nice and fat. So what I'm trying to say is don't feel pressured to have to ship quickly. Some people think they got to ship quickly. But you're actually allowed to have your stuff over here a long time if you need it. Okay? And boom, just like that. Any luck in Maui? Oh, you guys are talking about trying to find packs in Hawaii. God, there's no way you got any luck anywhere. Nowhere. There you go. There we go. I wonder how crazy you guys think the black and white set's going to be. You think that one's going to be really crazy? I like big bags, and I cannot lie. Okay, Mr. Chev, you're all set up. We have our new mega pack. Let's see. Here it is. Put that Steam Siege in the front. Make it a little sexier. Leave none for the children. Send the children to the mines. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Here's a new card coming up on the table, guys. Look at that Venusaur, huh? He's nice. Liking that. The real question is, which set will sell better? That is a tough question. By the way, guys, we have a gym break still waiting to go off. We got this pretty rare Sword and Shield Gengar Hollow 10. It's a nice card. Not a lot of those getting graded these days. Okay, let's see. PSA 10, Venusaur, and Classic. Venusaur Classic. Okay. So Venusaur Classic. We want to see the Venusaur. Showing me anything but the Venusaur. That's so annoying. Let's go ahead and say Japanese as well. Okay, Venusaur Classic Japanese. Did you want Venusaur? Here's Bulbasaur. Here's one for $92 from China. And then here's one for $104, not from China. We're going to go with that one, $104. Here's just a lovely slab. $104. This is actually perfect for the live customs. I mean, I think this card's almost too good for the live customs. It's in that perfect $100 range. So you'll have a chance to buy it, and then it's going to slip off there. 3 packs for 15 plus promos and poster. Saw a card shop selling Prismatic ETB for $3.75. You ever try Walgreen Elijah? I was surprised to get packs from there. Thank you for the codes. Codes! Here's Abraham, 1 prismatic pack. You got it, Mr. Abraham. Hell yeah, dude. All right. 1 Black Flame Japanese. You know, I've been selling a lot of Black Flame recently. People really like this set. And shipping. I have a Pikachu slab. Sounds good, man. Got a ton of shipping done. You should see the pile of shipping Alexis did. She did a lot, man. I don't know when I'll have the chance to come back. Times would be rough right now. No problem at all. So I've got your stuff all queued up. You got your labels, so you're all ready to go. Here we are. Okay, what we got? I was just making sure that you just didn't feel pressured to ship. That was all. There you go. And Togi Kiss. That's for you, Mr. Abraham Rios. Nothing too crazy popping out of there. Let's see. Ah, that's a heavy bag. We'll put these in a sleeve. All right. And let's pop this in the bag. Looks like Costco bundles will be out tomorrow, at least in California. Mister, do you love Walmart lobster? I haven't bought Walmart lobster in a very, very long time. I don't know when the last time I bought actual. I bought a ton of lobster claws from a grocery store out here called Deerberg's. They were very good, but I kind of got tired of them, so I stopped eating them. All right, Mr. Abraham. You got plenty, man. That's pretty heavy. Walmart doesn't sell lobsters anymore, do they? No more tanks in my area. Well, I mean, they sell them frozen. Yeah, they don't have the live lobster. That's the thing of like the 90s, dude. The old frozen lobsters. That's from the past, man. If anything, I buy the Japanese because it's cheaper, loose packs or boxes. Oh, I like the Japanese product because it's high quality. It's very high quality. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Now, it's a little easier, true, to pull the chase cards out of that set, but it's still very good. Power Keepers Vulpix for $90. You know, in the past, I would say that that's too expensive. I genuinely do not feel that way anymore. I feel like with how hard these are to grade, that is definitely deserving that price tag. But let me go ahead and look this up. Vulpix Power. There it is, $96. Ours is actually cheaper. We could raise ours to $95. Ours is cheaper at $90. Okay, that's staying up there. We have an order from Abraham Dodrio Slab. You got it, Dodrio Slab. That's a cute one, isn't it? All right. Well, this marker's holding on for dear life, man. It's almost dead. Okay. Ivan Rodriguez, my big order slab away. Dang, dude. All right, let's take care of that. Dang, that's huge. All right. So it says here you got 2 Myenas and a couple other things, I think. I'm going to go ahead and remove this one. We're just going to remove that whole thing. And then let's go looking for whatever all that was. How much was that shiny Charizard? We can look into that in a moment. We are. Okay, so I'm not keeping it over here. Let me check this too, by the way. What the heck is this? This is David Smith. This is Ivan Rodriguez. It looks like it's this one right here. Okay. Ow. You know, Ivan, you probably didn't do too bad on these vintage slabs because you bought them a while ago, like 6 months ago, and the prices on the vintage stuff has been going up. Yeah, nice Charizard 10. That's solid. That's solid. That's good. That's good. That's good. And look at these guys. He got these in January. They're probably actually more expensive now. I think you did good. Wow. That's a big one. He put all this into a slab away bundle. I was like, all right. He just kept asking for new ones. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think you might have actually done pretty good on those vintage ones, especially. Wonder if we can look that up, actually. You never know. Okay. Writing your name on each one so that Alexis doesn't mess it up. She's very good, actually. Alexis is, she's very accurate. She makes very few, like, mistakes where she's not being vigilant about it. Usually when something goes wrong is because it's like I've written a nickname down or something like that. You know, it's actually a pretty understandable mistake. Or here's one that happens. The booster pack ones still happen. Those are tricky. If you get a graded booster pack, you really got to tell us when you ship it, because we store those differently and they get forgotten. Okay, one more. And there it is. There's 2 missing. Okay. Let's go looking for those. Yeah, look at that, guys. Team Aqua's Myena. Nice. Dark Gyarados, Bulbasaur, Charizard, Mr. Mime, Charizard, Pikachu. Whew. Slab night, huh? Let's go looking in here. I bet you whatever you're missing is right in here. Andy Dirksen, Luke, Winston, Carlos. Who's this? Roel Campos, Jonathan, Brandon, Hammam, Danny, Kara, Kyle, Joshua, Julian, Sebastian. Who's this? I don't know who that is. Steven Sistrunk, Joey Albrecht, Tyler Franson, Ivan Rodriguez. Anything else? Well, now, wait a second. You had 2 Zards, huh? What's that all about? Oh, here's this. Taihua and Efren. It says you also get 2 Zards. Where the heck is that? Oh, I think I see them. It's this, isn't it? Yep. All right, good. So we've got it all. So 2 more slabs here for you. Nice. Pikachu and the Charizard Karuta. Not bad. Those are really rare. Very few people actually own those. Many people have never seen those. Dark Charizard. He bought the BGS 8.5. Yes, the 2 Charizards, those are still in Slab Away. So that's a separate Slab Away for him. And that's what he has left now. Wow, that was really good. Okay, so let's see. How about these Repo slabs? We got this Sabrina's Suggestion 10. You think that went up or down? We were selling it in the past for 90. These cheap sleeves here. We bust through these really fast, man. Oh my God, what the hell? Dude, so much plastic, man. Plastic's not even good for us. Isn't that crazy? Okay. Very nice. Very good. CGC 10. Sabrina's Suggestion. Oh my gosh, there's one for $450. Well, what about the PSA 10 version of it? Why is the CGC 10 so expensive? Oops, I just typed in PDA. PSA. So the... Oh, but the one I was looking at, that was actually the English version. I think that's what was going on. Okay, hold on. So here's Chinese. What's this one? Japanese? Nope, that one is also Chinese. Where's the Japanese one? Here it is. Well, that's an auction, so that one's... Ah, here it is. Okay, I found it. So the first PSA 10 Japanese Sabrina is $174. $174. And so... I don't know. I don't think it would be so crazy to place this one at about 110. It's a nice card from the Team Up collection, the Japanese version of Team Up. All right. Mister, I have an interesting take. Do you want to hear it? I want to hear it. I want to hear your interesting take. I'm very interested in your interesting take. Here's Tifa. So I'm very curious about this one as well, because this Tifa is Pop 12, and people are very hyped for the new Final Fantasy set. Okay, so let's say Tifa Carddass. Well, there's not one for sale. Here's a PSA 9 though for $350. So there's a 300. That's a 359. Sometimes the 10 goes for like 4 times as much as the 9. But I think we're going to ask. Well, let me look at one more thing. Give me a second. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna ask double 9 basically. 350 times 2 is probably 7, right? So we're gonna go with 700 on this. I think it's very reasonable. It's busy at the gym this late. I sent for Tifa. I have an interesting take. You busy at the gym? You know what I did? Because I'm trying to work on my weight, Mr. Arturo. Today, I didn't eat very much. So I'm hungry. I'm starving right now. We are. I did very good. I didn't eat very much at all. There it goes. All right. Ta-da! So, fresh on the table, Tifa and Sabrina. We got 2 nice girl cards. Those are back from the repos. 2 interesting cards. This Charizard, which could be a future, he could be a future rare candy break, but not until the current rare candy break finally finishes. And then here's Dark Magneton. Ooh, Dark Magneton. Veggies and fruit, anytime. Let's take a quick look at this. PSA 10. Dark Magneton returns. How much is this card going for these days? $1,000. Wow. I feel like maybe I ought to just keep it. I mean, I'm a Dark Magneton kind of guy, aren't I? I can't believe it's gone up so much. It's crazy. It's because everyone wants the Rock Returns collection. You know what I'm saying? I'll set them up for sale. Where's the current rare candy? Pika Beehole? Yeah, Pika Beehole. Where'd he go? Here it is. We got 5 people in there. It's moving a little bit slowly, but I think, if it actually started moving, people would be encouraged by that. But it's okay if it doesn't move for a very long time. I'm okay with that. We got all these different breaks. Sometimes we have fast periods where things have like explosive end times. Sometimes things are a little slower. In terms of break, if you were to count up the breaks, a lot of break spots are moving, but they're moving in these gym breaks, and they're moving in this Destined Rivals box break, and they're moving in this jumbo pack break area. So some of these slabs have taken a slower pace since then, but it's not over. They'll keep moving. And I have an interesting idea that I might start including an additional price into the gym breaks, and that additional price is for none other than a quarter of a star card. Huh? What do you think? Quarter, or either a quarter or a third, but people won't notice a quarter as much. I gotta learn to spice my food better, though. What? The spice? You're not allowed to not know how to spice food. What are you, white? Because, white people can't cook or something like that. I remember that. That's a nice looking Charizard, man. Man, it's a good looking card. All right. Bring in the spices. The spice melange. What do we got next? Do we got anything next? Let's see what we got next. That was a really big order from Mr. Ivan. Let's grab the giveaway slab. All right. Giveaway slab time. What time is it? 3:38. We've got Andy Man. Mr. Andy Man on 1. And number 2. Bear in the Woods. Bear in the Woods. All right. Cool, man. Mr. is craving Golden Corral. No, I'm not craving anything right now. I'm doing a good job. All right, I'm craving to move, man. That's what I'm craving. I'm craving to move. That's what I want the most. Did you guys see this? How nice is that? I signed a card here, and I put a little magnet in there. A little Magnemite, for fun. And it's a great looking card. Doesn't have an official grade. It's just A for authentic. Looks like it could have been like a 3 or something, maybe like a 4. But there you go. That's fun, isn't it? It's really nice. Okay, let's go ahead and start rotating. We're in June now. We're in June, so we need like a June box. But to tell you the truth, I don't have a box where I can do that. The the boxes under the table are so full. I don't really know what to do about it. Maybe I need another one of those giant Yu-Gi-Oh boxes, and maybe it goes over here actually. Oh, that's the eBay box. But I bet I could store the eBay box somewhere else. So give me a second here. Let's move this eBay box around. Let's start working on getting slabs repriced for June now. That's the new thing. So I'm going to move this eBay box. Let's move it here. I think that's a good spot. And then let's go buy another, or let's go get another one of these. All right, I got one of these gigantic Yu-Gi-Oh boxes. And I'm going to set it right in here. Oh, yeah, and that's going to be the new box for the June slabs. Good. So now we can actually start rotating slabs. Nice. All right, what do we got? Porygon, he's not very good. That's like an eBay card. Running RGM. Blooper. Oh, this is a perfect row. Zapdos. That's not mine. So we're going to move on to Nazgul, which is mine. And Raichu. Now I can take a picture of these bad boys. Okay, we're jumping over here. Let's see. All slabs June, right? I'm going to take a picture. The Greninja still hasn't moved. Greninja's stuck, huh? That's okay. We've had that happen before. It's the beginning of the month. I imagine people are paying their rent and such. So it might heat up closer toward the middle. But there's just so many breaks all at the same time. And I think they're all competing so fiercely with each other. I think that's part of the issue here. Okay, nice. Did you hear that? Here is Zapdos. Beautiful. Karuta Zapdos. That's a coin break that nobody got into. Eevee. Musha New Gundam. Oh, right. Cleffa. Very nice. I think that one just came back. That Cleffa did. Here's this Mew. Here's the Arbok. That's the Darkrai. Here's Raichu. We've got a beautiful Hello Kitty, and here is our lovely Karuta Jigglypuff. Okay, you still have the Lapras NGC coin? I probably do. It was $75 if you recall. Yeah, I probably do. Are you interested in that one? That's a good one. Popular Pokemon, that one was only $75. All right, this is awesome. We got a third rotating box now. It's so funny, dude. But it should definitely take some of the pressure. I wonder if I could actually shift everything down and have the large box be right next to me. No, that's not necessary, is it? It's not necessary. Okay, so now we can bring up some of these. Let's see. Oh, you should have bought this, I bet. You know, this Ekans is probably more expensive now, even from just 2 months away. I've been watching those Sandstorm slabs, and they're just getting so hard to acquire, man. Sandstorm. Hollow. Okay, so PSA 10, Sandstorm Hollow. We want the cheapest one. Ready? Let's see what happens. So there's an Ammonite. And then here's a Spearow, and that one's like 280. I compare it to the Spearow because Spearow and Ekans are both from base set, or not base set, but like the Gen 1, basically. By the way, how's this sleeve looking? Yeah, we're going to give it a new price. This price hasn't changed terribly. I think the Ekans doesn't look bad, though. Is Greninja at 6? It might be at 5. Here's a Vol Plume that hasn't sold. We're going to bring Vol Plume down a little bit. There it is. Okay, Vol Plume from 90 to, what do you think, 80? Okay, so keep an eye on our Discord server, guys, where we post fresh prices on these slabs. This guy's going to come out like this. He's gone. This Mew is on sale for $55. He's a 9. People really prefer 10s. I get that. So we're going to lower his price a little bit. Ow. 10% off of 50 would be, or 55 would be 50, right? So 50, 625. Good. Here is Legend Maker Geodude, Pop 32. That's very rare. Geodude. Nice. But it's Mew. He's worth a bazillion. It looks like the Geodude got cheaper. So one guy's got one posted for 170. 170 it is. 170 Pop 32. Okay. All right. That's the way it works. Sometimes prices go down. 6.25 Pop 32. There it is. And we need one more rotating slab. How about this one? Torchic. So cute. Not from too long ago, from April, huh? So this is Ruby Sapphire, Torchic. I don't know how he came up with that price. 10. It's a really nice card, though. Okay. Here's the exact card I'm selling. CGC 10 Reverse Holo for $200. Okay, the price is coming down to $200. KFC Torchic Nugget. Yeah, that's right. KFC Torchic Nugget. Okay. Very good. So out of all these slabs, I think the Geodude is the most promising. The Ekans and the Torchic. Okay. Very nice. Some vintage slabs are before your very eyes. Let's see what kind of orders we have now. I'm hitting refresh. Woo! Oh my God. Not the sneezing. Mr. Mark, slab away for the Lapras NGC coin. You got it. Hold on. Woo! I'm going to sneeze my head off. Here are the coins, guys. These coins are all for sale right now. We got Muck. We got Ivysaur for 75. Krabby for 69. Goldeen, Machop. The Eradicate, the Golem. Magikarp for 190. He's a good one. Dragonair, Zubat, Ghastly. Dratini, Golem. Ah, the very last one. There he is. Okay, lovely. Lapras. Slab away for Lapras. All right. Now my nose is all sneezy wheezy. Sneezing too much. Oops. Don't bump the camera, man. Ooh-ha. Boop. Now, it's a pretty cheap card. I'll just do slab away for $5. How does that sound? You got $5, pretty low. Mr. Mark. Mark, it looks like you already have a slab away. So it looks like you're trying to run a second slab away. June, I'll allow you to do it. It's a pretty cheap card. This goes down to 70. Okay. Oh, no, wait. It's 75. And it goes down to 40. Boom, like that. All right. Thank you, Mark. All right. Krabby for 69. Lol, I love it. Yeah. A bunch of them are for 69. I thought that'd be funny too. All right. Hey, what's up, Lockjaw Jones? How's it going, man? All right, guys, we got a really short queue. What do you guys want to open? Tell me what you're looking forward to. Tell me what you want. Give me some feedback. Let's get rotation. So we got this waifu slab. Okay. Here's Meganium. Here's Pikachu. Super high tension Pikachu. Here's Fui Coco. And here is lovely Nidoking. Let's do a breakdown of these. This one's a break, so a sexy card if you're looking for a sexy card. But let's do a breakdown of... Okay, so Magneton Carddass Magneton. I like this card a lot. Drawn by Ken Sugimori. Probably going to be less than 100 of these. You're looking at a very rare card that many people don't appreciate. Okay. Pop 26. It is. So this is going to say 26. Cheaper Dragonair. Maybe we could put it up for donation or something. Well, you know, I gotta make my money back on the cost of the grading. The grading on those coins was not cheap. NGC costs more than like normal card grading, and plus the coins come out of those little CDs. And I paid money for those, so I gotta be able to sell a couple of them. And the Dragonair, the Dratini, and the Ghastly, and a couple others are really nice. Especially the Snorlax was the most expensive, I think, and Mr. Arturo took that one. Here's the Meganium, probably going to be like pop. What do you think that's going to be, like pop 5 or something? These are what I get for you guys. Oftentimes is truly very rare stuff, and rare cards are valuable because it's easier for the market to jump when there's none available. So you're not going to believe this, that this Meganium sitting in front of you is population 1. There's just one of them. You're looking at it. This is pop 1. There it is. Yep. Pikachu, super high tension old maid Pikachu, perfect for the Poke Shuffle. Fui Coco from the Chinese gem set, and Nidoking, beautiful cards. Wow, really a great round. Okay, let's see. We'll jump out here. Rare and unique. Pop 1, damn. Let's go ahead and put the Pikachu up into the Poke Shuffle. That's a great card for the Poke Shuffle. Poke Shuffle is a $5 chance for a slab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to make him 7. So he's going to be a star card. That's what we need to do with the gym breaks. The gym breaks need to be capable of producing a push on the star card. I feel like that's very important. Okay. Old Maid Pikachu. -5. We're going to say 10 here as well. Rare and unique. Ooh, I got some heartburn, man. You are? Probably from not eating enough. Let me have a sip. I don't think I can fit any more slabs into the Pokebrush. Like, it's full. You could fit like 1 or 2 more slabs. There's some big pulls in here. Here's a Captain Pikachu Master Ball. That's pretty neat. Yeah, there's some great stuff in here, man. There's another chase card. What's this chase card? Oh, Crown Pikachu. Well, a lot of Pikachus in here. Okay. Rare and unique. Once again, we have a gym break running on this Gengar right here. And there's another gym break running on this Iona over here. Nice, look at that. 2, 3. Popping that over there. Excuse me. What time is it? It's almost 4. Let's go ahead and price up a new slab. We've got, for you people who love One Piece, Kaido. Look at that Kaido card. What do you think that Kaido card runs? I don't think it's going to be very expensive because no one seems excited when we pull Kaido. But we'll see. Let's see how expensive he is. Kaido. PSA 10. Kaido on 1/8. Okay, and here it is, and this is the Japanese version of the Kaido. Is that really it? He's $22? Wow, all right. All right, $22 Kaido. Basically, I make $0. So, wow. Kind of spun my wheels for nothing for that one. There you go. Well, I did you guys a service. I got a 10 on it. What's inside the 3 slabs? Yeah, let's show that off real fast. So this is 3 slabs, and it's got Miss Beatrice is waiting, and it's got Iona 9, Hitmonlee 9, and Hoppip 9. Pretty cheap ones, but it's it's fun to get 3 slabs, isn't it? It's like a little bundle. All right. I think that's it. In the future, these smaller breaks will have a quarter of a star break in them, so that it changes them by about $10, but it moves the star break along. A simple solution. Ivan Rodriguez. Simp. Oh, nice. You gonna take this? Very good. It's a $22 10. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. It doesn't even make sense because that's like the cost of even the cheapest grading is above $22 when you account for taxes and return shipping and shipping it to them and all the little pieces involved. It's like, what? All right, very nice. Wow. One piece. It says PEACE. Okay, let's see what else. We have, here's a card I bet you guys want. Poker, Lillian Cosmos. Wow, that's a really good one. Okay, how about this Ivysaur here? Okay, had some good stuff coming today. Here we are. Ooh. We got a nice Ivysaur 9. Who doesn't like Ivysaur 9, you know? PSA 9, Ivysaur. And this is going to say classic. Do. This music. I'm playing it kind of quiet because it's kind of annoying. Okay, it looks like classic Ivysaur 9, Japanese, is $26. We're going to do $24 on ours. Okay, $24. And what else we got? Here's a Charmeleon as well. Classic Charmeleon. Okay, classic Charmeleon. Hope you guys have been having a nice Monday. First of the week, huh? We're in June now. What do you guys think of that? It's June already? Wow. Crazy. Okay, let's see. So 23 on the Charmeleon. I think I'll make them 24. I'm just going to round up. Ivysaur scent. Ivysaur. Here's Charmeleon. Okay. This is 24. Okay. Time flies when you're having fun. I think we have to say this episode brought to you by Ivan Rodriguez tonight, guys. The other big buyer was Mr. John Lucas, but I think Ivan is officially over that. So I think it makes him the single largest buyer. There it is. So I think you overpaid as well by $2, which means you could take $2 off whatever else you buy next. Wasn't living in the Ozarks part of your Poke Fortress security strat? Yes, but we think that it will be better to move into like a gated community. And so we're also thinking that way. All right, let's see. Click on this. Poke Fortress. All yours. All right. Wow. You got a lot of slabs coming your way, man. Okay. And what do we have now? We've got... oh, here's an interesting one. Wow, don't those look pretty? Oh, makes me sad that it only graded 9, huh? I wonder what was wrong with it that it graded 9. You need to just build yourself a vault room. That would be cool. Like a full-on bank vault kind of vault room. That'd be cool as heck, man. With one of those big twisty doors. God, that'd be so freaking cool. And I could invite people over and take them to the vault room and be like, this is the vault room. Of course, vault rooms, I've actually done enormous amounts of research on security. Tons of it. And vault rooms don't truly save you in the end, is the truth. You know, somebody, all they really have to do is come into your home with a gun, and if they can get you, you know, unaware, if they can catch you, They can be like, all right, take me into your vault room, and then they'll lock you in the vault when they leave. So they'll take your stuff and lock you up in the vault. So it's not the perfect security. The perfect security is really, well, there's a lot. It's a combination of things, but really just being able to alert, like see what's going on even at night and alert, and security that automatically, you know, like if somebody breaks in when they shouldn't be there, you know, immediately alerting the cops. That's the kind of security that's much more valuable. Big Nose Metapod. Wow, that card brings back memories. The Metapod? Yeah, man, I love Topps cards. I do a lot of Topps cards. Here's a cool card. Look at this. We got our Jigglypuff. Ooh, that's Jigglypuff, Square Jigglypuff. How weird is that? Okay, Carddass. By the way, this is Carddass. See that? 2018 Carddass Pokemon. That's Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco printed this card. All right. Please let me scan this. Population count. Population 1. You're looking at the only Jigglypuff 10. Okay. Population 1 Jigglypuff. How about, let's get a price tag on it. You want Pop 1 Carddass Jigglypuff? How about $2,000? Okay. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? That's a crazy one. Okay, now we have an order from Mr. Ivan, who says, shipping then. You got it, man. Round of shipping. Okay. Clicking on this. Kakuna, use hardened. Yeah, that's right. Don't mess with my Kakuna. Can you even read that? I feel like we need to give it a big sticker for $2,000. When a card reaches $2,000, it needs to have a sticker for $2,000. Like this. Almost too big of a sticker, don't you think? Okay, I'm printing that. Please work. The secret is a vault room in a vault room. Oh, now you're talking. This guy knows. So this shall say Slabs. Okay, and Alexis will know what that means because there's going to be a lot of them. So she comes back on Wednesday, I believe. All right. You got a lot of Slabs coming your way. Tonight's been a pretty fun night. We're going to put Mr. Ivan on this giveaway. So try and get you this live retire, okay? There it is. Scoreboard donations. Let's have a scoreboard for stream carries. We should have been doing that the whole time too. Let's see. Like this. When one person keeps the stream going really well. So at the top, we'll put you here, Mr. Ivan. It doesn't mean you're in first place, but it means you got one tonight. Okay. And how should we count this? We'll just do a chicken scratch count. All right. I like this thing that we've been doing, like tracking donations, tracking stream carries. That's good stuff. You have a TCC Zard slab on the table. Is it for sale or for show? It's actually for sale. Now, what should I sell it for is a great question. I don't know. I don't sign cards very often, so this is the first time, I think, this year that I've signed directly onto the card and encapsulated it. I don't think I've done that super often this year. How many times have I done this year? Did I do it a couple times already? But maybe like 1 or 2 signatures, maybe 3 signatures a year. And this one's awesome. So if you're wanting to collect a TCC signature for fun, this one happens to be a Dark Charizard. So even if I have signed other items, you almost never get a chance to grab Charizard. It's up for offer. I think it has value as a Charizard itself, but the real value is very debatable. It's just what you think of me as a person. Maybe it's not very much. Maybe I'm a small fish in a big Pokemon card pond. Maybe I'm You know, I'm no PokeRev. So just whatever you think that's worth. And if I don't get a very good offer, I'll probably give it out for very little. Or maybe I'll give it away when we reach 100,000 subscribers. Who knows? So if I don't get an offer I like, probably just going to be handed out for free. It'll be worth 250 million when you reach 1 million subs. 250,000. Nah, come on, man. That's crazy. It's probably worth a couple hundred. I bet you it's worth, I don't know. It's just a dark Charizard with the A for authentic, and then my goofy little drawing on it and a signature. I don't think it's worth very much. It's just whatever you think people would buy that for. Like if you put that up on eBay, there would be probably a group of people who'd consider buying it, probably people who are specifically part of our group, or people who in general like to collect clever cards like this from the Pokemon YouTubers. You know, like there's probably somebody who likes to collect PokeRev signatures or Leonhardt signatures. Well, I'm TCC. I only have about 100,000 subscribers. I'm not that big compared to some of the bigger ones. So I don't know. Whatever you think it's worth. I'm doing an offer on it, though, okay, because I don't want to set a price. Can we add it to the other two Zard slabs? Please, 300. You want to do 300 on this? Is that what you're offering? Let me go over here. You have an auto on eBay right now. Really? I want to see it. All right, let's see. Over here. Yes, I will accept that. Let's do that. So Ivan, we're going to say plus 300 Siggy, which equals 805. All right, and we're going to say 3 Zards. All right, you got 3 different cherry Zards. Let's pull this down. Grab your cherry Zards. Ugh. So, Ivan, you've got Classic Charizard, Team Rocket Charizard, and another Team Rocket Charizard. But this one's the Japanese version. It's got a little TCC signature on it. Very cool, man. I think you actually have one of the coolest Cardconomist signatures there is then, because I don't think there's a whole lot cooler than this one, to be honest with you. Here it is. That was the whole reason, I remind you guys this, the whole reason I bought an encapsulating setup is because one day I wanted to be able to sell my signature card, and PSA and CGC both rejected me, and I said, fine, I'll do it myself. That was literally it. Because you have to remember, at that time period in my life, I had 130,000 subscribers on the Game Economist, and then I was building up the Cardconomist. I was like, I think I could probably sign a few cards and hand it out to, my community, whether you think of it as a small community or not. But, there's probably a couple people who might be interested in that, and I felt like I'd rather do that than sell like merch, like hats and sweatshirts and all this other stuff. I like cards better. I just do. Ultimately, I do. Here you are. Very nice. All right. I like being Mr. and I like being big fish in small ponds. Big fish in small ponds. Let's grab this. That's right. That's why I want to be the premier My Little Pony collector. No one will have a better My Little Pony collection than me. Let's grab this. Christine, hello, 2 bulk packs. Yes, Mr. Christine. Here it is. Got these 2 right here. Lovely. Cardconomist undies. Zard Lot Supreme. That's a pretty fun group of Charizards. You ready? So this is for Christine. I have a bag, Christine says. So we got Luneth, Playboy, Star Wars, holographic Carddass Mickey Mouse, Zemus, Poker, holographic Girl, Star Wars, Grab the Prize. This is actually out of a very expensive Magic the Gathering pack, and then another Playboy card. My Little Ponies, he said, I'm going to own the best My Little Pony collection. Star Wars Galaxy, Chromium cover cards, Star Wars Galaxy, Stocked Researcher, 2 more Star Wars cards. One of these, the Queen's Disapproval. Very nice. Here is an actual Pokemon card, Wigglytuff, another Playboy, and an actual Pokemon card. All right. Those are 2 bulk packs. Those are $4 per pack. Christine is the biggest fan of them. Yep. All right. Where did we place your bag, I wonder? Bet we would have placed it over here. Nope. No, we did not. Maybe we placed it over here then. Aha! There it is. Found it. All right. You got lots of stuff now. You got fat little baggie. This little baggie went to market. This little baggie stayed home. And this little baggie went wee all the way home. Here's the Yoshi egg. I think it's time for Yoshi egg to come down finally. Dunsparce. He's kind of cool. But, the Quips Umbreon. Here's Magby. That's lovely. Pop 2 on the Magby. I thought the Magby would be kind of more popular because he's got Baby Pichu on the front, on the back, and the Magby on the front. So I thought that one would be more popular. But I've sold those Magbys before in the past. So whoever really likes Magbys might have already bought a Magby. Oops, a Magby from me. Click retake on this. All right, let's take a picture of these. Click. All right. So these are coming down now. We got a box for our June cards. This. So these can go over here now. That's so nice. How about some expensive cards going up on the table, huh? Oh wait, these have been up on the table recently, haven't they? Maybe back here. Do we got anything back here we can put up here? Oh, I acquired this. Oh, I'm supposed to do something with this. Forgot about that. Eevee, huh? Eevee should be over here. Melodic. Oh, the Gengards. Oh, man, I got all these cards to... I got too many cards, man. What am I supposed to do with all these? How about this box that was underneath that box? I'm the big fish in My Little Ponies. Wow, those are great looking. Oh, man, this is a crazy card. Sneasel. Ruby Sapphire Sneasel. Let's get that card priced, shall we? That's a cool-ass card, man. Oops. So we're going to type in PSA 10 Sneasel. With an E, I mean. Sneasel. Ruby 103. All right, and then we'll choose buy now. And it looks like you've got your option of one from Canada and then one from Australia. Dang, dude. Are these each a different cert? Okay, they're each a different certification. Some guy in Canada was sitting on all these or something. I don't know. So weird. So it looks like he's pricing his around 1,580. So this card's up a little bit. This. Have you given thought to breaking the melodic? It's a beauty. Yeah, you like the melodic? I would. It's got to have a star card spot in it because it's got to help some of these other ones move. Some of these cards have been a little stagnant on the table. We got to get them off the table every time. There's people waiting in them. We're running into a problem where we got too many breaks going on. But, you know, I think we got these other little things, these new ideas we tried out, and I think they actually caused a problem where there was a slowdown. Too many competing breaks, I suppose, is the simple way to say that. Okay, you know, this is quite rare, right? The Sneasel is not popular. Well, actually, no, he's an EX. He might not be that rare. Let's see how rare he is. Okay, let me take a quick look. Sometimes the EXs are a little less rare than the reverse hollows, ironically. He's pop 58. He's very rare. That's extremely rare. 58. Okay, good. That's a good slab away, by the way, in my opinion. Okay. Slow night tonight, guys. There's no orders in the queue. Let me focus on giving you guys a free card. So I'll go ahead and hand this out. Let's see. Now we've got James Beam. Here you go. Number 4, James Beam. Number 5, Spider. And number 6, Cody Hodges. Cody, how do you always get on these lists? I don't know what he's doing. He's using a trick, I swear. Ready? Landing on... Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, can you actually see it? Let me zoom out. Landing on 6. Wow. Cody, you got it. Crazy, dude. Cody Hodges. All right. He knows how Nightbot works. He must know how Nightbot works or something, dude. We got a Metapod. Let's give away Metapod. Hell yeah, man. Well, yeah, let's give away. Wondering if I should do something crazier than Metapod. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. These stickers cost me something. These stickers aren't free, nor are the sleeves. I eventually spend hundreds of dollars on sleeves and stickers. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, every one of these adds up. Same with the penny sleeves. I eventually do like $1,000 order of penny sleeves because when you buy them in a very large quantity, you get a little bit of a cheaper price. So I buy like $1,000 of them, and it's just kind of crazy, isn't it? TCC. All right. Harden. All right. Here we have a order from Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark. Mark keeping us alive over here. Let's see what Mark says. He says, can I get a box of the English Weiss Hololive Summer? Oh, heck yeah, dude. Those have been selling on the eBays. Yes. Very nice. I probably need to adjust it because we've sold a couple of them. So let me go over to eBay and adjust it. Okay, let's see. And the off chance somebody tries to buy them all out at once. You know, these came out of a sealed box. Sealed case, I should say. Here it is. And let me go ahead and revise this. There's 17 people watching this listing, too. It's a popular one. All right, so we're going to lower this by, we're going to say there's 20 left, maybe. Okay. I think we might adjust the price, too. We're going to adjust the price to 38. Slow it down on eBay a little bit. It's selling too fast. We're just helping these things along as I prepare to move. Honestly, I could just pack all this stuff up. I don't actually have to sell or put any of this on sale. We could just pack it all up, bring it with us. But I don't know. There's just like this feeling like I want to declutter. You know, I've got that feeling in my life right now. I don't want to own very much. And I'm somebody who owns a lot of cards right now. So I'm ready to see some of the cards just go. Booster of Game Subs V card. Game Subs V card. What? Ready? Mr. Mark. I don't think I've got that because I don't even know what you're talking about. There we go. All right. Lovely. The more you need, the more you have, the more you have to unpack later too. Yeah, I know, right? So I kind of just want to travel light. Okay. But eBay's really been working. You can use eBay to liquidate your cards, you know, guys. eBay's got the whole world connected to it. International buyers, domestic buyers, and they can all look at your stuff and make it go bye-bye. Here we are. Lovely. Here we are. Ooh, a hair girl. And here we are. Ooh, hips girl. All right. The V-Card TCG are all VTubers. VTubers. There we go, Mr. Mark. Ow. Stabbing my hand over there. Did we need to get you a new bag, Mr. Mark? New bag? You didn't ship, did you? Okay, let me get you a new bag. All right, you definitely got some Hololive girls, no stamp cards. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for stamps cards. They sold out in minutes. Oh, yeah? Mark J. Valerian. Thank you, Mr. Mark. 6.25. If you're watching this stream and you've never placed an order before, give it a try. Head over to the description of the live stream and you'll see everything you need to make some purchases live. Basically, you just make an order on PayPal, CASHAPP, Venmo, ZELLE, whatever you have, whatever you're most comfortable with. I receive that in a simple email, and then I open up your card. Just that easy. All right, we've been doing this for 6 years. In November, it will be 7 years. 7 years in November. We have some really exciting breaks. We have slabs that come on that you can't find on eBay. You can only find them here on this table. We have breaks. We have giveaways. We have vintage products, modern products. We got booster boxes you've never heard of before, like for example, the Nikke, the exclusive Korean Nikke set, or how about the Korean, this guy over here, what's it called again? It's called, let's see, solo leveling. Ah, here it is, solo leveling. We got solo leveling, beautiful. All right, lots of fun. Just opened my mail from yesterday. Got my Bax Caliper illustration. Yay, let's go. Nice, dude. All right, so we got another giveaway going on. This time is for the wonderful Metapod. And all right, let's see what we got here. Look at this guy. He's a 6. It just makes me mad. All right. Little crease in your card, and PSA doesn't want to give it a 10. I'm pissed. Okay, what's this? Is this a holo? This is holographic. Here Comes Team Rocket first edition. I think this one's going to be regraded. Curious what they found. I think it looks quite nice. Like, yes, it's got kind of a whitish dot down there, but it's like a weak dot, you know? Not like a true dot. I call them a half dot. Yeah, I'd call this, what I would call this is a borderline card. Because I could see another place turning this into a 10 if they felt like turning this into a 10. I feel like this should be cracked. I feel like it should be cracked or crossed or something like that. And the off chance we can get a chance at a 10. Now, if it grades a second time, it turns into a 9, it's a further loss. So it's a gamble, you know, it's a gamble. That's like a chip. It's a very subtle dot. And I'm not sure if I'm ready to give it up quite yet. Maybe I will. I will know more about it as I receive cross-grading returns from other companies. Okay. Ooh, here's a nice 9. Okay, we've got a 9 War Turtle this time. Classic Collection War Turtle. Okay. And I think we can guess the price on this is probably 24, because the other two have been 24. Okay. I'm pissed. That's right. Where do you think that guy went? What was his name? Silver or something like that? I can't remember his name. Where do you think he went? Okay. We have no orders in the queue. If you guys like short lines, we have a very short line. Here's Lapras. Ooh, Lapras. That's a nice one. These classic collection cards are very cool, man. Surprisingly, they've all sold. Not just to Ivan Rodriguez. Other people have been buying these out too. So these classic collection cards that PSA graded so harshly, they're popular with somebody. Okay, $20 on this Lapras. All right, how about ooh, this Hitmonchan, huh? Spank that like button. Wow, I kind of feel like this guy should be in the 3 slab break. Where did that go? This thing right here. Well, I think I'm going to put him in, but I'm going to increase the price by $5. Here it is. So he should probably be like 15, or I'm sorry, he should probably be like 19 bucks. Beatrice is already in, so we're going to increase it to $35. So the second person who wants to buy in, you'll have to pay slightly more, but Beatrice is already in at 30. Now you get Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. It's a cool thing, right? I think that's cooler than the Hoppip. Let's make it 34. I just think they definitely deserve to be together, right? Like, I don't think they should be split up. Kind of makes me sad to split them up. Okay, that's 34. There's a Word Turtle. Okay, another one. Hit and refresh. All right, what are we picking up? That war turtle, right? I'm betting it's the war turtle. Yeah, you got to have the war turtle because I know you've got the other two. So I was actually thinking that when I priced it up, I was thinking it's a pity that Mr. Ivan might already be done because the war turtle was so close. Of course, I didn't know he was there yet because I was looking at pricier slabs. David Morey says 2 Trump Playboy packs. Hell yeah, dude. Let's get you a Trump Playboy. So we can tell these are pretty hard to pull, the Trump Playboys. They're actually pretty expensive to pull. They are. Did you guys like it better when I pulled the Trump Playboys out and then I just turned them into breaks, including grading? Did you guys like that better? Or do you prefer this? Okay. Here's... Whoa, holy grandma. Okay. That's some cheekage. The cards are kind of ugly. Well, yeah, they're definitely ugly. They're from a long time ago. The art, not just the cards, but the actual artworks are from a long time ago. Okay. Oh, I like that one a lot, actually. Very, ooh, don't go anywhere. Very classy looking. That's kind of lewd. There it is, but you don't see anything. This Golden Dome idea sounds dumb. They introduced an idea called Golden Dome. Is it to shoot down like nuclear warheads? I feel like, would it really work? Let me put it this way. If it truly worked, like if it truly made us immune to like nuclear warheads, intercontinental missiles, shooting nuclear bombs into America, if it truly worked, that'd be some pretty cool sci-fi crap. And it would make America immediately much more like a bully again. Like, it would give us military dominance because we could go over and say, we can do whatever we want to you. And if you fire a nuclear bomb at us, we'll shoot it out of the sky because we have that capability. So, you know, it's like the next level, right? But then is there some kind of response? Like, do they invent like a new way to deliver the nuclear bomb? You know, like, do they park maybe like a submarine? So I don't know. If they can find a way to make it so that no bomb can fly into the United States, could they get it through the border? Like, how would it, there has to be like some trick to getting it over here. And then how much would it cost? Is it even cost effective? Like, what if no one really wants to shoot a bomb at us and we're just blowing our money on paranoia? So, because Ronald Reagan had that idea already. The Golden Dome idea is an old idea. It was Ronald Reagan's original idea. Here's David Morey's. All right, David, let's go find your bag. Yeah, it's an interesting conversation for sure. All right. Golden shower. We're going to have the greatest golden showers. It's pretty impressive on paper. There's already the Iron Dome. Yeah, the Iron Dome was actually, the first time I saw it shoot down a bunch of missiles, I was like, no way. So if we had something like that worked against, let's say, nuclear missiles, I mean, it's like a really expensive insurance plan. I don't know. Do any of you guys live in like California, New York, all the good places to live in the United States, and you ever wonder, like, I hope our government has some trick in his pocket if an actual nuclear bomb is fired our way. Have you ever felt that way? Because it's like people buy bunkers for stuff like that. But imagine not only did you have a bunker, but the United States had like a plan to shoot nuclear bombs out of the sky. That's not so crazy, is it? I don't think that's... It's sort of like doomsday prepping, right? It definitely comes from neuroticism, paranoia, very much a Republican conservative way of thinking. But war's real, you know? So... It's not like it's impossible for it to happen. It almost happened in the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? The one guy famously ignored his orders and didn't shoot the nuclear bomb, right? Isn't that what happened? Jonathan Bagunas. He says, Jim Break, you're in, man. Let's get it going. All right. Nice. I'm right on the coast of Maine. Gosh, I hope they have a plan. Yeah, I know. If you're in New York or like Washington, D.C., or like the wealth centers like California, maybe Texas, if you're in one of those places, it must cross your mind that you're a prime target for a nuclear bomb. And if Trump's coming out saying, well, we're going to have a freaking laser beam that shoots the bomb from space or something like that, I would at least hear the idea out. I'd be like, maybe. I mean, I'm the one that benefits from it more than anyone else, right? If you're living in the middle of nowhere, it's probably not going to protect the middle of nowhere. I'm pretty sure it's going to protect Washington, D.C., New York City, and a couple other major, the biggest cities, basically. It's going to focus on those areas first, if I had to bet. And again, yeah, maybe it would give us military dominance again, because America would go around saying, you can shoot whatever you want at us, and then we're going to shoot it out of the sky, and it's not going to work. Okay, you go over here. But, you know, whenever you come up with the technology like that, your opponent then comes up with the technology to get around that. So, who knows? Like the whole sonic missiles. They're too fast. You can't shoot them down. They're too fast, bro. Fast as F, boy. So, who knows? But, again, it's a very interesting thing. La Paris sold. Nice. All right. Oops. All right, we'll put this over here. It's definitely interesting. Let's go ahead and get going. I think we use the D2 deck here. D2 deck. I remember when the nuclear alert went off in Hawaii. I was asleep through the whole thing. Crazy. We are. I live near an Air Force hub. I'll take the insurance policy, please. We are. Yeah, like isn't there a big military base in like San Diego or something like that? I can't remember which place it was. But yeah, it's not such a bad idea being able to shoot a nuke out of the air if we can actually do it. And the Iron Dome could do it. So maybe it's not so sci-fi anymore. Maybe it's actually something we can do. That's 110 and 180. Round one, Jonathan. Okay, here goes. I have to return to work. See you in the evening stream. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Mr. Ivan. This stream brought to you by Mr. Ivan. You went deep tonight. Ooh, the Garchomp 330. Sarah Luge. All right, round two, Beatrice. So it's all tied up. Here it is, round three. Beatrice picking up plus 20. Oh, no, the opponent's got the switch card. Articuno's 130. 130, it would be a tie, except he's allowed to use switch. Ooh, if you're tied with the opponent, do you use switch? That's a really unique scenario. I didn't plan for that. Well, let's do like a logical thing. So didn't we make the rule with switch that switch only, you just pull a Pokemon off the top. You don't get to choose your opponent's Pokemon. You just swap it with the Pokemon off the top of the deck. That's the rule for switch, right? It's technically weaker than computer search or Pokeball. And maybe it's safer not to use the switch card here because it's merely a tie. Because you could actually switch in a stronger Pokemon. You could switch in a weaker Pokemon if you're lucky, but you don't know. It could go, let's say it's 50-50 odds. So if you've already got a tie, it's probably better to wait until you know you're in a bad position and then try to do the switch. There's a plus 20 energy. Yeah. So because of the plus 20 energy, that's 130 over there, and that's 130 over there. Now, Jonathan has a switch. Is he watching? Jonathan, would you like to use the switch? I can actually just ask him. You can either use it or hold it for the next turn. I think he's here, right? Would it be lower? The switch is useful to try and get your opponent to pull a card off the top and have a worse card than you. Use switch. Be a man, says Vicky Main. What? Seems like switch's biggest advantage is when your opponent is ahead of you. Since you're tied, I think you should save it for the next round. The energy won't be with it. Lord Pop-Tart says use it. You're Jonathan, right? All right, he says use it. Here goes. Switch is used, and so now, boom. Oh, it worked! All right, you did it. That switch was worth it. The switch was worth it. Beatrice gets Eradicate, and that is the end. Wow. That was scary, man. I think if it was me, I would have ran it slightly differently. I would have let the next round play out and then used the switch if it looked like I was losing. Never mind. That was pretty good, huh? So the trainer cards are a lot of fun, but they lead to difficult moments like that too. And you know, if I'm auto-playing the deck for you, I think I would have chosen differently. I think I would have let the next round play out and make a decision from that point. It's over. So, Beatrice takes an ouchie. Sorry, Beatrice. Okay, and then Jonathan Gonzalez is having a lot of good times over here. What the heck? He's 5-2. Wow. Oops. In the end, it's just a card shuffle, you know. Card shuffle. What am I stuck on in here? Am I stuck on something? There it goes. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Am I correct in thinking I have 3 slabs that have not sold yet? 3 slabs. You are Mr. RM. I do not know the exact number of slabs that you haven't sold. Let's see. I think you had one that sold like a day or two ago. It was a Tag 8 Machamp. Let me show you what you have on a card here. You might have a card that went under the table into the... We have a separate... We got a separate box where only commission slabs go. So that's where you guys get sorted. So I could go through that whole box just to see who's got what real fast. Jack Rapini, Omar, James, Ayovic, Raul, Mendoza. There it is. You got a $48 card. There it is. All right. So, and after that, I don't exactly know what you have. All right. So, I can say that nothing's really sold super fast in terms of commission slabs in the last, like, I guess, week. A lot of the best commission slabs have been snatched up. There it is. Okay. And it seems like it would be a good idea for me to have a really careful system of receipts in order to track this kind of stuff, because if I ever did it on a larger scale, it could be kind of bad. All right, there it is. I'll send another set for commission later this week. Sounds good. Yeah, we actually are open for business on those commission guys if you guys want to do that. It's 73% is what you keep if you're doing store credit. If you're wanting to sell them as cash, in other words, I pay you out in cash, I do 70%, okay? The nice thing is no eBay fees, no doing the listing yourself, no doing the shipping yourself. It's actually not that bad. You know that some of that commission money is just to pay me as a worker. So when you think of it that way, it's not so bad, is it? Like if you hired somebody right now to list your collection for you on eBay, and eBay took the usual 13% and you had to pay taxes on those sales, then you would look very close to about 70% anyways, I bet, because you can't make a person list stuff on eBay for you for free, so you got to pay them something, and they're going to take some kind of cut, and then eBay takes a cut of 13, so it's really not that bad. Plus, we do cheapest buy it now, which I think is nice. So Ivan wants the Lapras. Where'd that Lapras go? Ah, here it is. Okay, you got it, Mr. Ivan. Tonight was quite a night for slabs. I just bought a Ghastly. What? You can't just buy Ghastlies. There's that Gengar. Okay. So I've got this Weedle, but I think there's a Beedrill and a Kakuna somewhere. I don't know where they're at. Chansey. Look at that Chansey, huh? That Chansey's from the Classic Collection. Any breaks close? Let's go over the breaks real fast, guys. Let's go over the breaks. The coin break that nobody's in. Goodbye, coin break. We got the Waifu break. 6 out of 15. We got this lightning break with Darkrai, 1 out of 5. We've got the new Quest sticker break. It's Carddass Quest sticker, 2 out of 14. It's a long way to go. It's a bigger break. Here's the Crown Pikachu. This card jumped by 2 spots right away. This is the Crown Umbreon, so that's a 1 in 16 odds. Here's Pokeball break, Greninja. And there you have it. I think that's the majority of the slab breaks. There's also some other interesting side things. There's the booster box break for Destined Rivals. Is it 3 deep or 4 deep? It's like 3 or 4 deep. And then, let's see, the Fossil Sublist, the Mega Sublist, the Call of Legends Sublist. So we got some Sublists running as well. People have participated really hard in some breaks recently, and I have to say this. Sometimes if you're in a lot of breaks, you get burned repeatedly by $40 losses. And so after you've been burned enough, you say, I quit. You say, all right, I'm taking a break from that. Somebody else lose $40. So, you know, we've been blasting through a lot of breaks, and I acknowledge that. That means some people have been missing $40 in their wallet. And, you know, it's also the first of the month, right, is the beginning of the month, so people are paying rent and stuff. So if the breaks are a little bit slower right now, I think they'll probably speed up a little bit later. But in the future with these gym breaks, we're going to do a new rule. There's going to be $10 added to any gym break, and that's going to be a quarter star spot. So by the time 4 gym breaks end, which 4 gym breaks should be the equivalent of 8 full spots, right, $40 spots, 1 star card will be created out of 4 people's names. So that's the interesting thing. We'll get a $10 star card going. It'll be a $40 star card, actually, but it'll have 10 individual spots on it. That'll force the other slabs to keep moving. This will also secure the gym breaks as something that is more consistent on the table. Like, for example, I'm not going to think about, oh, should I even be doing this? If it's got the ability to push the star card forward, I think that we'll just keep it around all the time. I've been burning on the breaks since I won the Japanese Rayquaza Lightning break a while back. It's always fun, though. Yeah, they're very fun, and that's really the right way to look at them. Is just they're just entertainment. This is entertainment. This is not, I'd remind people, stuff like Pokemon packs, opening Pokemon packs, it's not a way to get rich. It's a form of entertainment, and the mistake with stuff like that is when people start to think, I'm going to get rich ripping packs or something like that. You don't want to think that way, because it really is more like a hobby. I think you get rich if you pull a good card and then you don't sell it. You got to keep it. So you got to keep it. And that's hard to do, especially if the market kind of turns down. People get really antsy and they're like, I'm going to sell my card. So if you want to get rich, don't sell your cards later. You sunk your money in it, and just leave that money in there and just don't touch it for a while. And if the market goes down, don't get scared. Just keep sitting on it. And it's hard. It really is hard to do that, I think. It is very hard to do that. All right. I don't want to sell this Moltres until I got the Zapdos and the Articuno together with it, which I don't know where they're at, but they're somewhere. How about this Gyarados, though, man? Classic Collection Gyarados. He's beautiful. Breaks are really fun when you see your card and you may win. Oh, yeah. There's a very special moment. Oops. If you're the one that gets pulled. You guys should see the tower of slabs that we went through tonight. This is Gyarados Classic Collection. Classic Japanese. Did you guys need to see the coins again? The coins are pretty fresh. Those just got back. So we've got these NGC coins that are for sale. Those just got back. They're just as collectible as anything. The NGC company is probably the most popularly well-known coin company in the world. And they've got very recognizable slabs and a very recognizable brand. And so I think they add a lot of authenticity and desirability to those coins. They add a premium to them. And I think if you want to add your favorite Pokemon from those Pokemon coins to your collection, there's probably no harm done when you do that. You never know. You might be selling that for more money in the future. Here's Gyarados for just $35. It seems like it should go in the Poke Shuffle at just $35, doesn't it? All right, but yeah, we have these coins. So let me show off the best coins again. All right, what do we got? Dragonair and Ghastly are special. Here's some, when they're $69 because they're not that special. Here's Dratini. Here's Golem. Here's Buttfree. Buttfree's like $75. There's Magikarp. Is he the most expensive one? Him and the Bulbasaur are the most expensive. Raticate. Persian. Golem again. Muck. Krabby. Rhydon. I think the Rhydon's underpriced at $75. I think he could have been more expensive. Here's Goldeen, Machop, and Ivysaur. Ivysaur might also be underpriced. I'm not sure. $75. He is a starter Pokemon from the starter evolution trees. I don't know. I never liked Ivysaur personally, so maybe I'm just happy to see him go. Okay. Those are all pretty fun. We sold a good number of these coins already. Oh, there's a few more over here, actually. Here's a few more. So we've got this Ninetales, Primeape, Moltres. Moltres is really good. So Ninetales, Moltres, and Bulbasaur for $190. Very cute. Very nice. Yes, those are my Poke coins. Ow. Lovely Poke coins. All right. Well, it is 4:44 a.m. in the morning. How long have we streamed today? We streamed around 3 hours for the lunch time, and we're at 3 hours right now. We're at a total of 6 time. I sent for the Crown Brion. Nice. just testing our stream time so far. Here's our lovely Oddish. Isn't this Oddish $24 as 9? I think it is. Okay. Really don't like how these cards graded this time. I feel like they were graded way too harsh. Okay, 625. Let me hit refresh. Let me hit refresh over here. Ah, there it is, Mr. Andrew Martin. 1 Umbreon spot. The Umbreon, he might actually finish first, even though he's further behind the other cards. But it's simply the fact that he is Umbreon. You know what I mean? Like, how do you beat Umbreon? All right, there it is. Umbreon. And let's see. 1 Umbreon spot going right over into the moon holder. Here it is. Lovely. Looks like a banana. That's why I drew craters on it. Okay. Hit refresh. Mr. 4 Destined Rivals, store credit, por favor. 4 Destined Rivals. That's 9 times 4, $36. Isn't it? Yeah, I said that right. You could actually do 5 of them if you wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Good. And let's sneep it up. Ready for the sneeps? All right, sneeping this. Sneeping this. Very good. You know what card people keep asking me if I have? I swear in the last week, I've had like 4 different people ask if I have the Plasma Lugia. What's up with that? Was there like a piece of content made where they talked about Plasma Lugia? Why do I keep getting people asking me about that? Hydrapple. Very nice. Lovely Hydrapple. All right. Destined Rivals. One of my favorite new sets. Definitely going to acquire a decent chunk of these and keep them in storage. I like this set a lot. I want Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith. Is that on the menu? Is Crown Zenith not on the menu? Do you have Plasma Lugia? What? Now it's 5 people. My guess is the blue border. There it is. Mr. Raoul with an R. You're going to be right over here. All right. Ugh. Oh. There you have it. Let's go ahead and rotate these. What's this? Electabuzz for $35. I just feel like it's not going to happen. He's $20 now. Mew. This Mew's been rotating a long time. He's going to go into a featured. Any Poncho Pikachus? I never bought the Poncho Pikachus. I just didn't like them. Just didn't like them, I guess. Saving that. Tossing him in there. Okay, that one's down. Mr. 1 Paldea Evolved to wipe out the credit. 1 Paldea Evolved. A Scarlet Violet base. Here's Paldea Evolved. Plasma Lugia Lives Matter. What? There. How's that movement doing? The Black Lives Matter movement? You don't hear about that so much anymore. They just kind of faded away a little bit. That was a really crazy time period. Yes. All right. People were really emotional, really passionate, very angry. A lot of anger. Tons of anger. Mr. Mendoza? Nothing crazy this time. Sorry, man. All right. There were like huge murals made, and your roads were painted, and statues were made, and there were these huge, like, gigantic riots. People died even. Let's go ahead and click on this. And now it's like it never existed. It's so quiet now. Let's go ahead and click on this. Click. So, we have an order from David Moraes. 1 more Trump pack. All right. They bought a huge house with the funds that they were getting. Do you think that did it? I heard about that. The founders of the movement, or the leaders of the movement, they got all this money donated to them. And instead of like using that money to reinvest it into the actual organization, you know, to keep it maybe like as an institution or something, they went to California and they bought these really big houses, right? Like they didn't just buy one to live in. They bought a couple of them. Didn't they? Like 3 of them? Is. All right. Oh, yeah. I thought one of the leaders took a lot of the donations and used it for personal gains. That's why. Well, that's what we're talking about. So I think they bought a couple mansions in California with that money. Mr. David. I don't actually know all the details, so if I'm ignorant about any of it, feel free to correct me. But it's kind of an interesting thing because I was, you know, many of us remember that time period. It was just a really, really politically sensitive time period. And I think it reflects the rift in the two parties, Democrat and Republican, this really, really opposite personality type going on. Ooh. So that's 2 slabs, actually. It's both Slowpoke and Slowbro, and they're both Pop 3. Okay, $440 for both. But it's very fascinating because you don't hear anyone chanting that slogan anymore. You don't see it anywhere anymore. I'm actually from Missouri. That's where the movement started. That movement started when an officer shot Michael Brown. And the officer's argument was that Michael Brown had reached for his gun. And a lot of people didn't believe that story. But the autopsy showed that it was true, I guess. And a whole bunch of information came out in those trials. Like the people who had claimed that Michael Brown had ran away with his hands up, they eventually come into the courts and admit that that was made up, that they had been pressured into saying that, or that some of them had just said that, you know, in anger. And there were these other things found, like there was a camera that showed the reason that the cop had been called. He was called in by like a gas station owner where Michael Brown he was like stealing or something like that from the gas station owner. And then he shoved the gas station owner into like his own shelves or something like that. So that was all recorded just before the shooting would take place. And so all this stuff came out, but it was like too late. The movement had already begun, and it was a very strong movement right away. So it's like the details of the case didn't matter as much. Just the overall feeling of like too much policing, maybe like police racism, or too much violence, or, you know, profiling. So the movement had already gained a lot of strength, you know, regardless of whatever the details of the case was. All right, so now we have, but I was really watching that trial because I was from Missouri, and I serviced the stores in that area for Coca-Cola. So I worked in that area along with some of the wealthier areas too. So I knew that area well because I'd worked there. Here's Jonathan G. Bagunas. He says, 1 box Korean Terror Festival and shipping. I have a box, and I lost count of how many slabs I have. That must have felt pretty good taking the 3 slabs earlier. There it is. They used another tragedy to make a BS movement sound about right. I live in the Twin Cities, was laying in my bed super sick with pneumonia when all the riots and fires were being set after George Floyd. I felt like the world was ending. It was a really dramatic, it was a very dramatic time. And I think people kind of fell very strongly into 2 parties. You know, people who didn't agree with the riots, people who agreed with the riots. I think a lot of Americans were on board, though, with the idea that police brutality, that kind of stuff, should probably be reduced. The police should be trained differently. There it is. All right, here we are. Very nice. All right. Yeah, that whole time period is really wacky. It's like a distant memory, but the more you think about it, you remember, whoa, this was like a big thing. Almost like COVID. Did you guys forget about COVID? I forgot about COVID. COVID was like the biggest thing ever. It was huge. And now it's like, I don't even give it the slightest thought anymore. It was just some thing in the past. I barely think about it. Does that happen to you guys? Like it was the biggest deal ever. COVID was huge. And now it's just opening my Pokemon cards. It's crazy how fast we like forget about all this stuff and it doesn't matter anymore, you know? Really makes you think. You know what you don't forget? How many Pokemon cards you got in your collection. So I got Pokemon cards from 2019 still, like my first edition PSA 10 Shining Gyarados. That still matters to me. I got that card for $1,300, and today it's like a $15,000 card or something like that. Damn, dude. All right. Ta-da! I can't forget COVID. I worked through it and couldn't breathe when I got it. I thought I was a goner. Whew. We're glad you're with us, Mr. A. Perez. COVID helped Pokemon. That's true. But what I'm trying to say is, like, we don't think about it that much, like, recently. Like, very recently, we don't think about it quite as much. Here we are. Ooh, what'd you pull? Nice. Iron Valiant. I didn't forget how much money I got from COVID. Yeah, true. Those free checks. Those were nice, aren't they? Here we are. But those triggered the inflation. The reason why groceries cost so much year over year now, you got a little check from the government for like $2,000, $4,000, $6,000, whatever it was. But now every time you go shopping, the cost of food is like up 50% since COVID. And the cost of homes are up 50%. The cost of retiring is up 50%. So the real question was, you got a one-time, oh, look at that Master Ball. You got a one-time check from the government. But now for the rest of your life, everything's more expensive. Was it really worth it? And I would say no. No, obviously not. There was a lot of wasted dollars that were just printed out of thin air. And COVID was overall very, very bad economically. It's creating hard times for us, basically. We are. Ooh. But it was good for a little while. We're still paying for them little checks. That's what I'm saying. We are. We're still paying for it. There's no such thing as free money. You pay for it in inflation. So you'll pay all that money back and more at the grocery store and at the gas station. And when you go to buy a home and when you go to whatever. So here we are. You know what was crazy? Even I got those checks. That's why I didn't understand. You know, some of my absolutely filthy wealthiest years were very early on when I was doing the rip and shipping because I had literally no competition. And I was just selling as much as I could sell. And people were just buying like outrageous amounts of cards because they had free money from the government. They got like all this free money and they're just stuck at home for COVID. And so they were just like, give me Pokemon cards. Plus Pokemon cards were shooting up in price because of all the demand, right? So they're like, this is a good investment. Give me all your Pokemon. So I was making all this money. And then the government cuts me like two like $3,000 checks. I'm like, what are you giving me money for? All right. I just took it. I was like, I guess. I mean, I can't feel too guilty because I was young. Nobody really helped me when I was young, when I was trying to get through life. So I didn't feel that guilty. I was like, yeah, my government's been taxing me ever since I got my job at Target. So, you know, getting a little bit of that back while everyone's getting some, it's not so bad. But it was a bit odd. It made me think about how the government didn't really assess who it was giving the money to. It was just kind of, you get some money, you get some money, you get some money. They was just giving it to everyone. It's like, wow, man. Instead of like people who were most affected by COVID, it was just handing money out to everyone. I think everyone had to get it because they knew we would all equally pay for it. Something. The PSA backlog. Yeah, the PSA backlog started. And that was when we started doing our TCC grading. We are. All right. Very nice. Ooh. Since the market is a rule, not a thing we can change. Look at that. Wonderful. That's for our friend, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan. Now, Jonathan, just so you know, the shipping won't be done till Wednesday because Miss Alexis was just here today, which means she's not back till Wednesday. Okay, we got Jonathan, 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 Jonathan. Ta-da! I want to open something. Yeah, what do you want to open? You know, nobody's pulled the Mewtwo out of Destined Arrival. Destined Arrival Mewtwo is still a thing. If you pull it, you get a special roll in Discord. It's called the Mewtwo roll. What do we call it? We'll call it the Mewtwo SAR. All right, we need a box for all this. Maybe over here. Let's grab one of these boxes. Oh man, I'm horribly exhausted. I didn't eat enough today. I can feel it. I can feel it, man. I can literally feel it. I feel so good. If I like have an energy drink and a donut or something like that, energy drink and some candy, energy drink and, I don't know. What do you eat? Energy drink and cookie. There you go. Cookies. Energy drink and a cookie. Oh, I'm exploding with energy. No cookie, no energy drink, and no food. And it feels like I'm like fainting or something. It's like, I'm like a zombie. That's why everyone eats so much. Feels good. Okay, I believe I have you, Mr. Jonathan. Be sure to check your email after I print this, okay? Some kind of pastry with grilled cheese. Did somebody say cookie? Sugar and sugar. There you go. All right, let's hit print. I'm bouncing off the walls if you give me an energy drink. That's how I used to run this stream years ago. Remember years ago, I had that orange energy drink every night. What was the name of that one? Some sort of Monster energy drink. I stopped drinking those. I stopped drinking a lot of soda. Now I get these instead. Have you guys tried this? It's way overpriced, but have you tried this Spindrift? So I do this now. But I'm not going to lie. I miss those old days. All right. I remember that energy drink. Yeah, I drank a lot of those. I drank them religiously, and I drank them with gusto. I'd drink like half the can. I'd be like, yeah, let's just have some of this. All right. And I was skinnier back then, too, you know. You get fat over it. Let's say you gain like a pound a month. That's like 12 pounds a year. You gain 1 pound in a month from a little overeating. At the end of the year, you're 12 pounds fatter. You're a little fatty, fat. Yeah, can't be doing that, huh? All right. Yeah, it's so easy to overeat, too, you know. Jonathan Morris, he says, I'll take the PSA 8 Kangaskhan. All right, that's an Aquapolis Kangaskhan. I used to be hooked on Red Bull. You know what got me off it was listening to these stories from heart doctors about people who had heart failure, heart attack, heart disease. And when they asked them what they do, turned out they drink energy drinks every single day, like 2 or 3 of them. And people who would just die of sudden heart attack. And they're like, you're over consuming caffeine. And I was like, oh, damn, dude, that's me. I remember when I was real young, when I was like 18, and I would chug this energy drink called NOS. I can still remember the awful flavor of it, NOS. It came in a blue bottle with an orange cap, and it was like a shampoo bottle. And I'd drink like the whole bottle in one go, and then I'd unload the Target truck in like record time. We'd unload it so effing fast, dude. Here's Steven paying down the Giratina. You got it. NOS is terrible. Oh, it tasted like horse doo-doo, but it tasted like horse piss, but I would get the work done so fast. I was so like, I don't know, like locked in when I had that stuff. You know what I would do as well? Some days I would get a whole box of Oreos and I wouldn't even pay for them. I'd pay for them when the store opened. And the managers just didn't care because I was just crazy how fast I worked. I mean, I was like a literal whirlwind. And I'd just eat about half the box of Oreos and then I'd drink a whole NOS. And I would just move at blinding speed the whole, like, first 4 hours before the doors opened. I was just, I don't know, my pores were probably bleeding, whatever, glucose and caffeine. It was, and then I was 18 and, yeah, my heart was bump, 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 bump. And I had my my earbuds in, and it'd be 9 Inch Nails or whatever it is I was listening to. And the work would get done, man. It would get done so fast. I don't know if any of you guys have ever worked at, like, Target. You know, the boxes that like the bleach and all that come in, they got boxes for like the Tide chemicals. And there are these extra strong reinforced boxes and they come 4 at a time. You'd peel them open, you'd put them up on the shelf, and then you had to break the box down to put it into the baler. Well, people took a long time to like cut the bottom of the box apart because the box was designed not to break. It was just one solid flap. You had to cut it up in order to create a way for it to collapse. I was so amped up on these energy drinks, I would grab the box with both hands and I'd just rip it in half. And this is a really tough box. I'd just rip the whole thing in half and I'd do it in like a second. So there'd be this whole pile of chemical boxes. It'd just be rip, 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 and the whole thing would be done. And everyone would just be, watching me tear through these boxes in a really goofy way. But it was done so much faster than if you actually cut through them. If you could just tear them apart with your arms. Here's Mark for the Lapras NGC coin and Slowbro NGC coin. Finally got paid. Nice, dude. All right, let me go ahead and jump over here. It was a very exciting time. There we go. Now my job is sitting on my butt. What do you guys think of that? Pretty good, right? Mr. is the monster. Here we are. All right. Well, I enjoyed it. I'd like to see how fast I could get it done. Now Mr. tears PSA slabs in half. Box on the knee, 2 hands moving. I stalked a Safeway for years. Yeah. They put me in charge of the chemical aisles because I was so fast, and the chemical aisles were kind of heavy. So I would go in with the, pallet of chemicals. That was another thing. You were supposed to pick up the box. They had like a system for everything. They had rules. One of the rules is you're supposed to go, you do your aisle, and someone else is in the aisle next to you, and then you kind of like frog leap them to the next one, and they frog leap you. They didn't do that. They said, you just do all the chemical aisles because I was so fast. The next thing you're supposed to do, they were plastic pallets, I remember. You're supposed to pick the box up and set it in front of where it's supposed to go on the shelf, right? So you're supposed to sort out the pallet first. I would grab the whole case, the case of chemicals, and I'd spin it down the aisle where it was meant to be. And they didn't want you doing that because you'd break the chemicals open. They'd pop open and do a big spill. But I was so good at it that they just kind of shut up and left me alone and let me do it because they're like, shh, he's getting it all done. So every day I'd get all the chemicals done at like these record speeds. I would get like 6 or 7 aisles of chemicals done before some people had like 2 aisles of like toys done. And it was just really funny. It is. It was a great feeling though. And I think it sort of reflected that part of my brain that loves to see things done really quickly and efficiently. Maybe the competitive part of my mind that likes to see if I can get things done super fast, stuff like that. And that personality type will follow me throughout life and help me get things done. We are. But yeah, I was able to get a lot of that work done and just feel good about that, and didn't have a lot to worry about in life at the time. I was single and just got away from home, and I was just making money. And to be honest, I couldn't really afford to lose the job either. I really relied on that job. So I was like, I'm going to do a really good job. Here we are. All right. So Mr. Andrew Martin, 3 Surging Sparks. Was that your first job? Well, I started working for my dad in his home business when I was 13. And I was an oldest brother in a family of 11 children. So in a sense, it was my first sort of like real job on paper. But I'd been kind of working my whole life. Like we had like the buddy system. I was like taking care of this kid, homeschooling, which meant teaching yourself, and then working in my dad's wood business all day. You could get up at like 8 and then just work in that garage until like 12 a.m. in the morning, literally, because he'd still be working. He'd come home from work and he'd just start working there all night. So you could be out there working 12 hours a day if you wanted. And so, no, I'd already had a lot of experience. My mom was kind of a clean freak. She had like an OCD for it. I didn't understand that when I was a kid, but she was like real crazy about cleanliness. Like if it wasn't clean, somebody was going to get beat until it was clean. So she was real crazy about cleanliness. And it's not a good personality to have when you have 11 children. It's just, there's too many children. You're going to live in a dirty home. So she's like somebody who can't handle being around the dirt. It just drives her crazy. But at the same time, she's got all these kids. So you just got to figure it out. And so, so we had like 2 types of chores every day. We had a daily chore and a weekly chore, which was like this rotating job about the house. And as a result, the house was very clean, but you worked all the time. So you're supposed to do like algebra. I actually did try to do my schoolwork. I did do some of it. We had these, on the Fridays, we had these big meetups with the homeschoolers at this homeschooling association in St. Louis, a really big one. It's the biggest one in Missouri. And, they taught algebra and Latin and all this other stuff and history and just a lot of cool subjects. So I was doing that, and I was taking care of this kid, and I was doing my chores, and I was, basically running this wood business out of a garage. It was a pretty substantial business. And so by the time I left home, the only thing I had to focus on doing anymore was just Target, and that's like 40 hours a week. It was easy. It was a cakewalk. It was so easy. It's like the amount of work I was doing got significantly downgraded. The amount of work I was actually doing was significantly downgraded. It was so easy, only having to work 40 hours. And that sort of marked how most of my life would be, because, you know, it's like, if you want to get ahead in the world, if you want to get ahead, there's one part that you can always control that's really easy. Just work 60 hours a week. Just always do that. And as a result of working 20 hours more than everyone else, you're going to succeed. And so I was already used to that from my childhood, just being sort of like this awful thing. So by the time I'd gotten to these other jobs, I was like able to do 2 jobs at once. I worked at Target and Sears at the same time. And then Coca-Cola was 60 hours a week. And then when I went to college, I did college and I had a job at the same time. And so, you know, I just kind of worked 60 hours all the time. And that was the trick. And I still do that. I still do that to this day. It's like it's very easy to do because I've been doing it so long. And it really works. It really works. If you want to just be successful, just work way more hours. Don't take any off time. Let's see. Smashing Pumpkins. I watched Sinners movie. It was good and has some really cool, creepy movies, but the ending felt like it lost its focus. Long line, says Nick. No, short line, Mr. Nick, but it's 5:10, so you got to send that order in right now if you want to open something or do something. We are at the very end of the stream as we speak. All right, let's see what we got now, guys. Let's see. Yeah, I always felt like my experience at home prepped me for doing a lot of hard work later in life. Now, how did this grade 9? No, I kind of see it. There's like a dot or something, unless that's dust. Maybe I should have paid to have PSA clean my card, right? You guys hear about that? What do they mean by that? I want PSA to kind of explain what they mean by cleaning your card. Stack that money up. Yeah, if I was to give advice to a young man today, younger than me anyways, because I was 18 when I was, really starting to work really hard. If I was to give advice to a young guy, I'd say, do not wait to start working 60 hours a week. Do it now. Do it right away, and things will start going your way sooner than later because it snowballs, 60 hours a week, that's the trick. You'll run circles around everyone else if you can do 60 hours a week without feeling tired, without feeling like, like you work too hard. If you can do that, you're going to do very well in life, I would bet. Going to school, all that homework and all that, what do you think that's all about? Well, if you can just work on your homework for 60 hours a week, you see how I'm going with this? It's very easy all of a sudden. You're like, wow, I'm getting good grades. I'm passing my classes on the first try, that kind of stuff. And what was the trick to all that? Is just literally not playing, not having any fun. No fun. Have no fun, and you'll succeed. And then you'll be 36 years old talking about how all you did in life was work. PSA is speed running, some bad ideas. Mr. Trite, 60 work week is key. That's odd for them to offer that law. What is just some dust or something? Yeah, they put out something about that last week. I thought PSA ain't supposed to be doing that. Spit Shine service. Is their jumbo pack break going? Yes, we have a fresh jumbo pack break. I just made it in this stream, so it was made just a little bit ago. Let me show you what's inside this particular pack break. So when we added it up together, it was actually $166. So this one's a little bit of a deal. You get $6 off, right? Because it's 1 and 4, 40 each. So Steam Siege, Metazoo, this guy, we've got this guy, 151 in gem. Good guy, wank, wank. Here's Destined Rivals. Here's the tag team. Solo Leveling, Playboy. We got some guaranteed pulls, some nice poker cards, and a Mewtwo. We've got the Hololive. Here's another GI Joe, Animal Crossing. And this is really fun, too. Crimson Invasion. We got Crimson Invasion and this set with the aura. What's that name again? I'm trying to remember. It's got like a long name. Incandescent Arcana or something like that. Too many names to try to remember. Wonder how our brains physically remember stuff, right? It's all neurons, right? It must be a part of our brain storing memory and all that. And what is the memory? How do our neurons recall a memory? It's really fascinating. It creates like a memory of an image. Here's Queen of Hearts. I just assume they take a soft brush to the card like Mr. does. Who knows? I mean, it could be really advanced stuff. Ooh, here's a nice card. or maybe air. They want you to pay to clean their fingerprints that they put on your cards off. I swear they did that to one of my Halo cards, man. We talked about that. I never made a video about it, but we talked about it. I sent in a Halo card, and all of a sudden there's this big thumbprint on it. And I'm this kind of person who takes extra big care not to touch it that way. And I go, oh my God, that's not my thumbprint. That has to be theirs. And that card got a 9. So one of their guys touched my gosh dang Halo card and turned it into a 9. I forgot about that. I still have that to this day. I still have that card. I never sold it because I want to try and fix it. Imagine they use a hard brush and the card bent. Well, who knows? Researchers have shown people that played Pokemon as a kid use a different part of the brain for ID and memory. What? Mister even corrected me on my own card handling. You are? Yeah, I do. I touch from the sides always. I never pinch. I never pinch the glossy cards. Glossy cards can't be pinched. You'll actually leave a thumbprint. They took your job. You sounded like Hank Hill. You're not doing that right. All right, guys. Well, it is 5:15 a.m. in the morning, and the orders are scant. I think it's time to wrap up. We had this giveaway going, didn't we? So we finished one giveaway. We started another one. Why don't we go ahead and hand out a spot for this? Troy Malice. Mr. Troy, you're going on. Let's put Tammy on. Tammy. Number 3. PDX. All right, we'll finish this up tomorrow for the Tuesday stream. I hope to see you guys there in the Tuesday daytime stream. I don't know what we're expecting in the mail, but hopefully some good stuff. All right, see you guys there. I had a great night with all of you guys. Thank you to Ivan Rodriguez and to John Lucas. They were the big guys tonight, and hope to see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Mister, have a good night. Yep, you too, guys. See you later.